watch over us. In we going out and we coming in. I say, boy, boy, boy. Put us on us. I say, boy, boy, boy. Watch over us. I say, boy, boy, boy. Don't make another move till we blast this party. Cause I come here with the intention to get on bad. Bad, bad, bad. Boy, to get on mad and crazy inside of this party. Full intention to get on mad. Mad, mad, mad. Hey, to get on mad and crazy inside of this party. Lay hands up cause I'm feeling blessed. I'm blessed, I'm blessed.
Yes, if you're feeling blessed this morning, just put up your hands and shout.
I'm blessed, I'm blessed.
Yeah, yeah. Why can't I leave you alone? Tell me why? Why can't I leave you alone? Cause ever since you caught my interest, you've become something I can't get used to. And every time I said that I'm leaving, one look at you just make me think it over. I cannot do without you, I cannot do without you. Why? Can't even entertain the thought of you not being mine, baby. Oh, yeah. Why can't I leave you alone? Why can't I leave you alone? Baby, tell me how. Why can't I leave you alone? Can you have me wondering if it's the bubble, if it's the wine, if it's the good up you give me every time, if it's the way you cover me like the ceiling, or is it the way you cook good that I'm feeling? If it's the bubble, if it's the wine, if it's the good up you give me every time, if it's the way you cover me like the ceiling, or is it because you cook good, baby? Why can't I leave you alone? I wanna know. Tell me why can't I leave you alone?
If you can't be my woman, I don't care. I want you to be the outside woman. And if I can't be her man, I don't care. I want to be the outside man. Woman, the people call me outsider. Cause we honey, we love her. Outsider. You want me and I want ya. Outsider, outsider. Let we shit and we love her. Outsider, say outsider. If you can't be my woman, I don't care. I want you to be the outside woman. And if I can't be her man, I don't care. I want to be the outside man. Woman, well, I give it your horn. You taking my horn. I give it your horn, you taking my horn. I give it your horn, you taking my horn. I give it your horn. Hey, woman, tired of your man. Meet me on the outside. Need a new husband. Meet me on the outside. I don't give a damn. Every day she getting a horn. Every day she giving me horn. It's horn. If you can't be my woman, I don't care. I want you to be the outside woman. And if I can't be her man, I don't care. I want to be the outside man. Woman.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Oh, you waiting for me? And I here standing up waiting for you, thinking that flamingo have it going on.
Yeah,
All right, just making sure that's muted there. Good morning to you, SVG. Welcome to it once again. OMG in the morning. Yes, man, we're doing things. We got Shady on the inside. Shady, say good morning finally.
Morning. Good morning.
Finally. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Charmaine is already in the house.
I'll do a roll call. Let them know.
Favor. Let me see. It's just loading, man. Hey, we're live on OMG. Hey, it's Monday morning. It's Monday morning, so you know you gotta be up and prepared for the week. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. We were discussing some issues, man. We have so much to unpack. You know, I hope I saw Shady actually having a good time over the weekend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
You're selling me out, man.
No, I
everything
am
coming
not
into play
implying
now.
anything. I'm not-
I had just came from work.
yeah.
everything
Boom,
coming into
106.9.
everything coming into play. All right, so we did have a couple of stories.
Yeah.
Well, I had it loaded up on my phone, but my phone doing something else now, so you're gonna have to give me the station phone, buddy,
Yeah.
so that I can
me
so that I can follow along with you.
Give you this. Yeah. So, folks, last Friday we had this discussion about the vending and vending, particularly in front PH Vera, and now we have news that as of today, the new management will no longer be accommodating vendors. They will no longer be accommodating vendors there in the vicinity of PH Vera there, where a lot of the vendors were there on the sidewalk
Right.
area.
And
go ahead.
I saw them talking about it. When was this? On the weekend, I think it was. Yeah. And I saw a sign, absolutely no vending, none whatsoever. And I don't think people are happy with that, because I see all kind of nastiness throw up on the sign, splatter up all over the sign. I'm like, what is this?
I know, boy.
And you say that is okay?
I know. I never say it's okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
So what you say? What you say then?
I say that was what I expected. Persons.
No, that's not
persons with
expected.
their-
Expected is that they just take the news and handle things.
Right. That's okay.
That's my expectation.
That's-
I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's not aligned with mine. But what is happening there, underground folks? We wanna hear your opinion. We were discussing it Friday, and we're gonna discuss it today. Actually, I'm gonna try and go out there and speak to some of the vendors.
Right.
But definitely, we were as of Saturday, some of the vendors were expressing their concern that the notice was sort of short. So if you can see there how it was looking as up to Friday and so forth. And good morning, Marvin, and how it's looking today. So we're gonna go
How was
out
it
there.
looking today?
You have another photo there.
That's it
That's
there.
an eyewitness photo there.
That's it there.
That's it there.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's today, and this is
That photo before was I think Saturday. Late Saturday. So this one now was on Friday before that. So you're seeing now the vicinity
clear up.
Clear up. As I said before, there was some concern expressed by the vendors in that the notice they were given to be removed from the area was a bit too short.
All right, but seriously, can you blame a business owner? Shady, look at that picture. This is before. This is before.
Yeah.
And you really telling me that this is okay and expected, and this is and nobody ain't
told you
ain't
if-
blocking nobody?
I told you with the removal of the vendors, a number of them would definitely be upset.
Look at that. So
Yeah,
that is before.
Yeah.
This is after.
Yeah, it looks clean. I am not opposed to the place being clean, man.
You sure?
No, but
Okay.
I try to look at things from both ends, from the vendors' end as well. So
What is
you
the
have to
vendors'
be
end?
concerned about them, where and that is the good news that we have in that Thursday.
Right.
They will be relocated. They will be relocated to the two new markets.
Why they didn't do that before?
Oh, I don't know. That is what I'm saying. The market wasn't open. Why wasn't the market open?
Because nobody wanted to go there. Now they have nowhere to go. Is
you
that?
think so?
I mean, I think. But you tell me it's expected.
We will hear from the vendors.
451-1069 if you want to call
Folks,
us and get in.
I
on
think
the
I saw
action.
the phone was ringing earlier, but
Yeah.
I want to hear what the folks have to say about this issue. A number of persons, they told me, on Friday we were trying to get into the program. For some reason, they had issue with the live.
Right.
But
Yeah, I actually got a couple prompts from Facebook that we're trying to sort out now. Apparently
Yeah.
somebody's been trying to get in on the back end. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
But if you are getting problems to log on the live, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'm still seeing people liking and sharing some of our videos.
Yes.
And stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. But on Friday, we discuss it, as I said before, and we are seeing the movements now. On Thursday, as I said again, that the vendors would be placed inside of the new markets that would be opened, and we will see how that go. We want to hear from the vendors as well, and going forward, what would we be seeing happening in Kingston if the problem will still continues, if the vendors will be comfortable in their new facility, and all that.
So how come they'll be comfortable in the new facility now, you think?
How come they will be?
Yeah, how come they'll just decide, you know what? I had to go in this facility now.
No, well, I don't know how come, but the situation is that they would be removed from the street. So I guess that is one way of looking at it. They would be removed from the street. They don't have another alternative in the sense that they're gonna decide exactly where they want to go. So they have a two facility now, which is good and should be appreciated. That is the one outside just outside the police barracks on the other side there, and in Chinatown area, and one up by Graves, So the one by Graves is it would cater more for those persons coming from the Windward side, and added to that, we had been told there is news that the Windward bus terminal will be relocated. To move up that side.
Right.
So to the Gay Shed. So that is something to look at as well. And what would happen to
I know where going park now.
And what about the traffickers?
What about the traffickers?
Yeah. The traffickers, because that Gay Shed is what the traffickers normally use to ship their produce. Come on, you go understand.
Yeah, but like this man,
No, but you said traffickers, and
you start alarm bell go off. You hear about traffickers? Alarm bell go off. But Bernadette is saying I had issues getting on Friday. I no longer get notification from you when you go live. Boy, why is that, boy?
All right, I gotta see what's going on.
That's all right. We gotta make sure the people them get a notification, boy. Bernadette, thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, something's wrong on the back end.
Yes, but Gay Shed is that facility that the traffickers, when they're sending their produce to, Trinidad.
When they're shipping them out.
Yeah, when they're shipping out the product.
So the exporters.
Yeah. But traffickers.
I know that's the term, oh gosh.
Gosh, boy, gosh. You got get. I'm watching the shades.
No. Go ahead. We have stories to talk about. Come on, now, man. Talk the man.
Like a fight,
Talk.
Yeah. So that is what is happening, and I will be going live.
Right.
I will be going live to give persons an insight and a vivid view of what is happening there on the ground. So remember to share the live. Let us see what is happening. We got to check the WhatsApp though, because I think we haven't. Yeah, but also we are discussing, before I go out there to do the coverage, we are discussing the news, the relatively breaking news that the former MP for North Leeward, Mr. Patel Matthews, you see him there on screen, has announced that he will not be contesting the next general election. Yeah. So he made the announcement Thursday in North Leeward, Peter Biddle to be exact, and the chairman of the party, Daniel Cummins, he would have also made the announcement to Witness News and some other. So Matthews would have lost against Carlos James last election in a sort of controversial manner. Because,
what sort of controversial?
Yeah, because James won by only one vote.
So that's controversial.
One vote is very
controversial. When a world record holder break a record by 0.11 seconds, that's not controversial.
Well, if you're
I'm
what I'm telling you. But if
a World Cup a team win by one goal,
That's a different.
That is not controversial.
That is different.
But the man win by one vote.
That's different from politics because there's a lot things that could go, wrong there because
like
with football match you're watching all the spectators they're seeing what is unfolding,
right?
And it might be an issue
for
voters
where
you have VAR and all that. You don't have VAR to make no replay and display.
One vote
that
is all it takes to win.
Yeah, but one vote is a very controversial.
Why?
Come on, man. One vote.
So what's wrong with that?
Shady, if you and Marion see nothing wrong with that, something wrong with all that.
What really going on here?
So that ain't supposed to happen?
Huh?
It ain't supposed to happen?
Why is the likelihood of somebody winning by one vote?
As long as people voting, there's a possibility.
You tell me what's the likelihood.
And then you had to get recount. You had different numbers.
Right.
And so it was, in essence, it was controversial in that.
So if it was the other way around, if it was the other way around.
But listen.
If it was the other way around.
In terms of what? It would be controversial.
Even if it was the other party that won by one
vote.
It
doesn't matter who party or not. If you run an election and you have.
So nobody's supposed to win by one vote.
I'm saying the likelihood of that happening, and then it would be contested because the other party would think that something possibly
the
go
likelihood
wrong.
is 5 million to 1, but you still have one.
You see that? You still
have
so
the one.
I'm glad you asked.
But
I'm glad you mentioned that.
But
But no. The fact is, despite you wanna argue that the matter was a controversial one because there was some back and forth between parties and supporters, and yes, it was controversial. So
Angela said one vote should be a runoff.
Right. So you know what I mean.
So it's landslide or nothing.
Right.
No, I asked you. No, right. I didn't say that's right.
No, but let me just
let's go back to the
okay.
Before you had to pepper in all of that controversy. So the man lose to Carlos James. Yeah. He said he ain't running no more, and Fonando name in the running.
Don't say that. Fonando name is not in the running. But Mario is a very controversial figure now,
How am I a controversial figure?
Listen.
So Fernando, if they tap you on your shoulder and say, if the community tap you on, if Hamo tap you on the shoulder and say, Fernando, you run? Will you run?
Why is that one boy? I running. I wake up every morning.
You're running away.
You're
running away from that question.
I running from that question. But you see, anyway.
Confuse him with. I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Fernando, I will
unpack a lot like the past.
I will campaign for you.
Campaign for me? Why will you campaign? Why you campaign for all the thing? You want to protest with me, but you want campaign.
I'll campaign for you. I wouldn't protest with you. I'll campaign for you.
I ain't showing no sort of interest right now with regards to that.
All right. Yeah, so you just want to be a voice for the people, and that is it right now. Right.
I will not be surprised if Mario is going to run.
What? Who's this?
Angela. Yeah, Angela.
Anne-Marie, thanks for tuning in first time on the stream here. So
okay. We gotta get the WhatsApp because I think we're missing some WhatsApp. Yeah. Oh, that's a good morning there, a voice note. So Mario.
Yo.
In terms of the election, the announcement by Matthews himself,
right?
Because that is like a major tussle now.
So that window open for you, man?
No window. We open for a lot of persons in that area.
Like Fernando.
There are a lot of.
But besides Fernando, who do you think would be in the running?
There are a lot of young persons.
Like Fernando.
No, man. Hold on, let me tell you. It's serious.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be
well,
a proper
there is
successor
a guy,
for
Veral Garway, his name mentions a lot. As a Choi, like he's showing interest in the politics because he's very active on the front. And there are a number of different young persons, different persons with energy that could, I think hold their own. But the community itself needs, the constituency in itself needs somebody good to really help them, because there's a lot there that needs doing. It's not really any major financial institution down there like, Western Union, MoneyGram, no banks, and gas station is an issue. Gas station is an issue for a lot of persons. So, in terms of the economy, agriculture, and all these things, that needs a boost. You know, so those are things that persons in the area are concerned about, and if somebody could address that, then you know, Mr. James is doing his thing. There is you know, there would be persons who would validate that, but in general, that is something you have to look at, because I mean, how often do you hear, like during this time, a politician or a parliamentarian, you know, announcing that they will not be you know, running
contesting
again. And then you know, maybe for some persons that Matthew should have given himself another choice, seeing that the election was so close. So that is something that.
But did he cite reasons as to why?
Well, I in the report I didn't really see that, and that is something we probably gotta reach out to him and to get his opinion on that. But he said he would support the next candidate in the district.
All right.
Yeah, but we didn't get an explanation. I think probably, you know, you could come on and you can speak to the media in a bit more details and say, you know,
especially to those constituents that would have supported him.
Yes.
And you know, they would probably be looking for an explanation there as well. Yeah. Not the strong arm here, you know, just saying that it'll be good for them to know, because people believed in him enough that it came down to that, you know, one vote.
Yeah, and then the party looking to go into power. Then
right,
need
somebody strong, and that's already got that love from the people. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting. It'll be pretty interesting to see who is the person that's going to be his successor.
So we have Sophia Jacobs said it needs progressive energy and ideas to move the country forward. Some of these politicians need to move up and let fresh faces take up the space. SVG 20 years behind times. Bernadette said someone good will be running there. They have Patel's support. And Winston is saying good morning. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting that person said the country is quote unquote 20 years behind time. You got a call there. I will keep my thought. Good morning, you're live on Boom. Hold on, let's make sure
Good morning. Welcome to Boom. Caller. Hello, yeah.
Hello, good morning. I was here, my brother. Greetings, my brother.
Yes.
Let me say to you again, I call people. I call for this year, I think over 5,000 persons from my phone. And let me say why I do it. You don't have to worry that I'm not jobless, not working. It's because I had an arrangement with Flow, so I just pay one package. So whether I make, you know, and I'm calling them and I say, call the brothers here because there's just as progressive. So I'm giving her some kudos this morning as Miss Vera. I miss her. She is literally one, I think, about 3 or 4 moderators. You have to, you know, commend Brother Abraham. I'm seeing Crystal on another station fall in line. God bless her. And she's learning a lesson, you know, and maybe she's now listening to you all and seeing that the way and other people are doing on the other station and so on. And then the youngsters, 2 youngsters on both. They're very, very progressive. All the other moderators, literally, they're basically blocking you out. Carlisle block you out. Justin Douglas block you out. Colin Graham block you out. Margaret London block you out. You're critical. And I'm just saying to you, I'm very happy that you're speaking about this matter. Because for me, I've been speaking about the representation. I live in Adelsville 37 years. I saw what representation. I saw even Frances Gibson under the very party. She was very much on the ground, on the ball. If you come here, you see movements, you see roads, you see buildings, structures, none of them from Mike Brown, which was my party. And then you had Sesmaki, my friend, really a waste of time. And then now you have Curtis King. I'm telling you, the biggest loser. And I'm saying politicians generally across the board, NDP, ULP, they do not care about us. They don't come on the ground. How are they winning the seat? They go to the NDP equally. Dr. Friday. A lot of people get nervous. I say, I'm on his back. I call the back way. There are about 3,000 of them. I call because I pay attention to the grenadines. They said, Hammy, we don't see Dr. Friday. When he comes on the board religiously, we go to talk to him as a representative. He's on the other side of the board. When we go talk to him, he doesn't want to talk to us. And he comes up here, he go to Layo and tell people he wants to be prime minister. He cannot be a prime minister with that behavior. He cannot be a prime minister when the ministers are overruling him. Leacock overruling him, Cummins overruling him. I want to see a change holistically from the top. it's the only way we're going to go forward. We need a new leadership in the NDP, a new leadership in the Labour Party.
One more question before you go. What do you think about Matthews not running back?
The thing is that anybody could run, just like Friday could run and win his seat. And so anybody could run and win because, as you know, when you look at what happened in Central Leeward with 321 ballots in a box, and that matter could not. And so they could put a dog and win the election equally. And I'm only saying, hey, what I want is a leadership, a leader that can say, because I work hard for Gonsalve. My brother, I really work hard in my mother, and we work hard because we were told Gonsalve is a communist by the other side. The comrade said no, he would be there for us. He said he loved us. And after he got there, once you didn't support him, I saw the terror to the people. So changing up these people, just like putting, new wine in an old bottle. Let me, brother, we call, I hope that before you all close down, call for the resignation of Friday, Leacock and Cummins, Gonsalve, Camilo, Will Francis, not 100%, and Sabato and I think the country will move forward better.
All right, thanks a lot, Amo. So Hamud thinks that it can't move forward unless everybody get a reset.
Yeah,
everybody on the red and the yellow reset.
What do you think about
brand
that,
new?
Shady? You think you need a reset?
That's what Hamud think.
You think you need a reset?
You going to run?
Ask if you think it need a reset. You think it need a reset, Mario?
Listen, man. There is nothing wrong with new ideas, fresh new eyes, right? As long as it furthers a mandate of country development and people progress. There is nothing wrong with a change up, right? But have you ever heard of the phrase "absolute power corrupts absolutely"?
Yeah.
Yeah, understand? So, listen, people just get big work and don't want to leave it. People just get put in positions and don't want to leave it.
Right,
you know, I'm not saying that what is happening, but I'm telling you, as long as a human is involved, an agenda is going to be
maybe there
snuck in.
Maybe there are more politicians who wants to resign but doesn't, they'll talk out of it.
Talk out of it?
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody could talk you out of leaving someplace you don't want to leave. If you already don't want to leave,
somebody could talk you out,
If you already don't want to leave, yes. But if you want to leave, somebody could talk you out of it. If you really want to leave,
they could talk you out,
I don't think so.
buy you out,
talk you out or buy you out.
Talk you out or buy you out. You behave.
I live in a different world.
I think so.
I mean, you say I think so for real. My world is governed by laws like physics. Logic.
Angela says Shady, well, no SVG needs a reset. She's on red. Shady, Angela calling you out, boy. Angela calling you out. But folks, that's the news that we have. That Mr. Matthews, Patel Matthews, former MP for North Leeward, has reported that he would not be contesting the next general election.
Right.
And hopefully we'll get some information from him as to why he decided that he's not going to contest again.
Right.
And maybe who's, probably his favorite to do so. And we want to talk about the vendors in Kingston.
That's right. So you'll be going live there, right? So we'll get that organized while Shady is giving us some vibes so that you could head out there. We may have cameraman Michelle or camera person Michelle. Can't call her a man.
Michelle, okay.
Camera person Michelle might be going out with this so that so that you have a little angle to the whole thing. Maybe, I don't know. Let me see if I could talk her into it. All right, but that's how it is. Yeah, keep it locked down. We do some ads and come right back. This is Boom 106.9.
The Mindset, bringing you emotional clarity with therapeutic discussions, illuminating your awareness.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Prize of $6,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Visit any Geku branch nationwide and get in on our endless Christmas loan today. It's all for you from Geku in our endless Christmas loan promotion.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspects say among friends and families. See suspects say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities. That's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right. Put a stop to child abuse. See suspects say among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
Ah boy, Christmas morning. Randy, wafting. Rosa, Merry Christmas, girl. I only hope you make that black cake. You know you did make the best black cake. Anyhow, we'll never make a turn later. Early Christmas morning, everybody busy doing something. Who were painting, they scrubbing. Who were scrubbing, they cooking. Sister hanging up the curtains, a salt and boiling in the yard. Rasta grab up the hot picture in a ham and dash up like he man. Hey, hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be loving. Hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be giving. Hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, that time to be sharing. Ay, 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 yo. Oh Lord, I'm feeling so bad. Neighbor, never come and party and fed. Neighbor, never bring the children and bed. Neighbor, next thing you know, hot sun shining. The day start off with a bang. I hear Marak and Quattro strumming. Gomez and Pedro come to Parang. They sang the Annunciation, followed by an Aguinaldo. But they lick up 2 bottles of rum and a pot of coffee before they go. Hey, hey, ay, 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 yo. Christmas, a time to be loving.
Hey, you're listening to OMG in the morning. You're on and you're on mic, you know.
All right.
Hey, you're listening to OMG in the morning, and folks, you feel the Christmas
This bad.
spirit,
Hey,
right?
this is my favorite soca brand.
Yeah, Angela is asking Shady, who they gonna put in to contest the Southern Grenadines? That is what somebody wanna know, Shady. All right, Shady, gonna talk to you just now. Let me play a few music.
Come on, Rosa.
Boom 1069.
You
The trending station, giving you some Christmas vibration there.
Hey.
Boy.
Alison is saying, Shady, I'm not ready for Santa.
Yeah, but she also says, I feel like coming home for Christmas now.
9 morning. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of 9 mornings, I've got something that I've got to let you know what's going on.
It's 9 mornings.
Woodsy, that's right. Woodsy's got it going on right now. It's 9 mornings kickoff, December 17th. Dennis Bowman, the king of Parang Soca SVG, will be in the house. Of course, DJ Nip will be in the house as well. The Mighty Rejectors are going to be there. Of course, it'll also feature Steve Massive Rhythm Section, live band music with Parang and Soca. It happens at Woodsy's December 17th, 9 morning kickoff at 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11212. Cover charge is only $20. Doors open at 8 p.m.
Oh my. And here what's going on now. It seems like Santa brought a gift for you early this year, Mario. You gotta plan and enjoy this Christmas season with KCCU Cash Mass. Get up to 20,000. That's right, 20,000 this Christmas season with KCCU's Christmas Loan Cash Mass. A loan designed with a super low interest rate of 9% with absolutely no payment until January 2023.
Look, thing.
New members?
No problem.
Not a problem. Same the approval. You can call KCCU at 457-2409 or visit their office at Granby Street, Kingston today and have yourself a Merry Cashmas. KCCU terms and conditions apply.
New York. Vincy's taking over. The Vincy Food Lime happens on December 10th. 2022. The venue is 312 East 93rd Street between Lenox and Clarkson in Brooklyn, New York. That's right. DOPA, the Opposition Progressive Association, they present the Vincy Food Lime. On the menu, saltfish, blackfish, fish, stew chicken, sauce, breadfruit, boy, banana, coconut dumpling, red belly. What is
Dukuna?
Well, how can it be Dukuna? It's spelled completely.
How you pronounce it?
It's Dukana. Where it says that? That's what it have there.
Alison.
Shake up the whole place with that one.
Boy,
I'm just telling you it is.
Shady, what you know it as?
Dukuna.
Okay, but it's spelled Dukane. So okay. I didn't know you spelled tuna Tana.
Well, here, listen. You
all right. Okay. And a whole heap more. Vincy says there's Dukuno. I can't even say it.
Say Dukuna.
I can't look at it while I pronounce it because my brain is telling me pronounce it the right way. The price for your ticket is $25. So you could start eating your food from 3 o'clock, all right? $25, eat food from 3 o'clock. New York, trust me, your whole of New York gonna smell like stonefish and blackfish. The Mr. Big Vincy Eat Out event on December 10th at 312 East 93rd Street between Lenox and Clarkson in Brooklyn, New York. Call them at 917-960-7666. That's 917-960-7666.
I see Tanya saying St. Vince is one boring place to be for Xmas. Tanya, I won't have you. You find St. Vince
Christmas is like family time.
You find St. Vince boring for Christmas?
It's boring.
Huh? It's boring. Oh Lord.
It's boring.
Tanya, you have one supporter. Yeah,
back home for Christmas.
Nah, you can't do that, boy. Enjoy Christmas here. Go on the beach. Yeah.
All right, so we got council.
We have council coming up. But I just want to read the comments. Council is setting up. It's still early. Deshaun said they have to respect Matthews because he gave them enough time to scout the best possible candidate. Okay, that's Deshaun thought. Tanya said, I glad Patel step away. Way to go, make room for new faces. Wiley next.
Wiley? Who's a
Wiley?
Okay. Oh gosh.
I think is
So
that's what's right up there.
Yeah.
So she pulling a hammer. Everybody have to go.
Angela is asking, ask Shady who they're going to put to contest Southern Grenadines.
Exactly,
So
Shady. The tap in your shoulder.
Who do you think?
Shady, you could represent the Southern Grenadines.
Shady, they want to know who you think.
I'm telling you.
What you think? You just be down there, man.
I think it's the Glusters. The Glusters is a.
For which party?
I think that's for ULP.
ULP.
That is for ULP.
Boy.
Shady. That's who it is.
I ain't sure.
That's to replace my partner, the snag.
I ain't sure.
You
Say
think, man,
Wiley
Shady,
and
you know
Dixon.
people down there, boy.
I know
Half
people,
will
but I
go.
ain't sure I know who they.
Wiley and Dixon have to go, boy. They changed it up the whole like the NDP campaign now, you know.
They're switching them out. They're switching out all of them.
But
Hey, and after council, we are going to go live,
we're gonna go live
to the
on
PH
street.
Vera scene to see if people flinging fecal matter at Flamingo here.
Yeah, but Shady, a lot of people listen to you. But who do you're from down there, man. You're from
I'm from down there, but I'm not living down there.
But you know anybody you like
10 years now.
But you know anybody down there who you like that you think could?
I don't know. A lot of change for the past 10 years.
So say anybody who does the same thing?
I don't know.
Man says like putting new wine in an old bottle. All right, let's see if we can check in with.
I know Kong's ready for coming on this one.
Let's do this. Let's check out Jomo.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jomo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Boy, you always turning off my mic. And what's going on with me?
Good morning.
Good morning, my friend. How are you this Monday morning?
I am well. I am very well. Good morning, Mario. Good morning, Shady. Good morning, Fonando.
Yes.
I want to continue talking about the law. We talked about that yesterday. I want to go particularly to Section 7 of the Constitution of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which speaks about protection from arbitrary search and entry. And basically it says, without the consent, a person shall not be subjected to the search of his person or his property or entry to others on his premises. That's what the law says, but we know all too often that fundamental right of citizens of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is violated. For accommodation reasons. I mean, you're on the street, you're walking on the street, police stops you, police immediately puts their hand in your pockets, in your waist, in your wherever else. And the Constitution clearly speaks against that. I know in the United States there's what is called the frisk law, that if a police suspects has reasonable suspicion that you may have committed a crime or is about to commit a crime, you can be frisked, which means you can do a pat down to ensure that you're not armed with a weapon that can hurt the police. But beyond that, and I'm sure that has permeated our old societies, because it's the same common law route from the United Kingdom to the United States to Canada to the Commonwealth countries, which St. Vincent is one. But that question is a serious question that needs to be brought to the fore, and citizens need to be able to assert their right. Although to assert their right against a police officer or a squad of police officers may bring you into some serious jeopardy. But the important thing is that the citizen needs to know that he or she is standing on the law, and particularly if he or she is able to quote the law, the police may be willing to listen. For example, the police comes to your house, they claim that they have a warrant. They never really show you the warrant, or they may wave the warrant in front of you and proceed to do whatever they want to do. I would think that good practice would be for the police to come with a copy of the warrant and leave it with the person whose property they are going to search. So after the police is gone, you have the warrant there. The warrant says they came searching for a fridge. You know they could not be under your bed. You understand? Because if they're searching for a fridge, your fridge couldn't fit under the bed. Consequently, if they're searching under the bed, they're engaging in illegal search.
Right.
But if you have a copy of the warrant, you may be able to discern those kind of things. The most frequent violation, though, currently now for police officers, has to do with the search, the confiscation and search of people's cell phone, laptops, computers, and so on and so forth. As I said, this section of the law, a constitutionally protected section, says you are protected from arbitrary search or entry. So if the police rolls up on you and you have a cell phone and they take that cell phone or they search that cell phone, or they roll up on your car, they may say, well, we want to search the car. And somebody who's standing around may say, well, if you don't have anything, if he's not engaging in any illegal activity, why wouldn't he or she want the police to search their car?
Right.
But you may just be incensed by what is going on and may have an opposition to having your vehicle or your phone or your laptop or whatever else searched. The fact of the matter is, though, that there's law which says that the police, well, apart from the constitutional prohibition against arbitrary search or entry, there's a law which says that the police cannot go into your personal property. For example, your cell phone or your computer, your laptop, without a court order. They could not just open it and go into it and look or take anything off it. They have to have a court order to do that, to deal with that. And all too often, that does not happen. What compounds that problem is that the police would take your electronic device and hold it forever. I mean, I have a client. Well, she's not merely a client. I met her on the street and she was complaining to me that her brother was accused of being involved in some criminal activity. And within a few days, the police released her brother. And when the police rolled up on the house and engaged in the search, the police took 3 cell phones and what is the thing called? Oh, I can't recall what they call them now. You got that flat thing, like about 7 or 8 inches.
A tablet?
A tablet, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
A tablet. And it's over 2 years that they haven't given them back.
Whoa.
They haven't
Wait, hang on. I'm just trying to process it. And these items that were seized has nothing to do with an ongoing investigation. It's not logged in evidence.
Well, even if it's an ongoing investigation, you don't have to hold the document. These are electronic devices for which you can.
Right.
Police
You
have
can
all
just
kinds
copy
of
what you need.
technology now to get what they want. But my central point is this: they could only go into the phone or go into the computer if there's a court order.
Right.
Which allows them to go in the same way in which you have to have a warrant to go into somebody's house.
Right.
The same way you would have to have a warrant to go into somebody's phone or their tablet or their.
Right.
But Councillor, where the police suspect that the person would destroy the evidence or such they suspect, they have reasonable grounds to suspect that they have committed a crime or they have evidence that they could destroy. Isn't that a part of an issue where police could do some things without no warrant in regards to that?
Well, it's not that the police the police don't have to have a warrant to make an arrest. The police, if the police suspect, if the police suspects you of doing something or have committed a crime or is about to commit a crime, the police don't have to have a warrant to engage you. But with electronic devices, you can never really take anything off the device. At least you have to be very, very skilled, a very skilled technologist to take it off. For example, you send Fonando, you send a text. You wanted to send a text message to your child's mother, but you send it to your girlfriend, and you quickly erase it, delete it, when you realize she had not had a chance to look at it. If she was a skilled technologist, she would know what you said. she would find out that there would be war in the house.
Yes.
And if you read that book by Edward Snowden, Snowden is the American National Security Authority person who defected back in 2013 after he found out that the American government was spying on all of the citizens in the United States, including top leaders across the world. And he could not.
He's in Russia, right? That's Snowden in Russia.
Yeah, he's in Russia now, and the Americans tried to make him out as a Russian agent, but he's not a Russian agent. He wanted to go to Ecuador to the Correa government. Correa, the president of Ecuador at the time was a gentleman by the name of Jamie Correa. And the Americans had intercepted some information that the Ecuadorian government had offered him asylum in the same way in which they offered Julian Assange, the guy from WikiLeaks, asylum.
Yeah.
And the former president of Bolivia, Evo Morales, had made a state visit to Russia, and his presidential plane was traveling from Russia to Havana, and the Americans suspected that Snowden might have been on the plane, and the American governments, in clear violation of international law, scrambled their fighter jets, was flying over Austria, and forced Evo Morales his presidential and searched it. Thing was the plane was not on the plane, but they did that, which was completely legal. In the same way in which to just go into people's private property like that would be illegal. But these are constitutional. The Constitution says that, and the case law says it. And I was doing some research on the weekend, and I came up with this quote from Lord Denning, one of the most celebrated British jurists. And I just want to read the power of it. He says, "I hold it to be the duty of the Commissioner of Police to enforce the law of the land. He must take steps to post his men so that crime may be detected and that honest citizens may go about their affairs in peace. He must decide whether or not suspected persons are to be prosecuted, and if need be, bring the prosecution or see his part. All things, he's not the servant of anyone save the law itself." I repeat, then it says, in all things, he, the Commissioner of Police, is not the servant of anyone save the law itself. No minister of the crown can tell him that he must or must not prosecute this man or that one, nor can any police authority tell him so. He is answerable to the law and to the law alone. The law says, I wonder which commissioner we ever had who don't go by the dictates of the executive. But the point is, though, that people have rights, and people need to know their rights so that they could assert those rights. Because if you don't know your rights, you have lost the game if you don't have knowledge of what you are and what is protected and what is not protected, what police authority can do, authority cannot do. So I just wanted to talk about that in terms of protection against research and seizure, with the hope that your listeners would be just a little bit more informed on what that right which they have and how they can search. That's something.
Okay, yeah. Someone asked a question here. Counselor, what is your best advice for persons who are not knowledgeable about what to look for on that warrant? Example, signature of judge, magistrate.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, most often you don't. The police are so arrogant in their approach to citizens that they don't even show them a warrant. They waive it. We have a warrant, but they don't tell you what they come looking for. Right. I mean, I remember a year ago, I represented somebody from Edinburgh. The police rolled in on them like about 3 minutes morning, and the people in this concrete roof house, ordinary poor disadvantaged people, and there were about 7 or 8 of them, grandmother, mother, and the children. And when the police rolled in on them, a number of the women was sleeping half naked because the place was so hot. As the police, they came looking for a grandson, and I can't remember the story now as to whether the son was found in the house, but the people started protesting. Why are you doing this? Why are you? And the police took them to the barracks as they were.
Half naked as they were.
Half naked as they were. I remember I was incensed by it. I went to the police protesting. I volunteered to represent them. And it was a significant thing because I thought that, boy, these people probably didn't have any money. So I told the lady, I'll charge you like about $250 for representing you. And then like 6 months after, this young lady came into my office, and I didn't remember her at all. She was one of the persons who was arrested. In the interim, her mother had died. And she came to me and she said, I came to bring the $250. She said, Mommy died, but before she passed me, you must take this money for Lawyer Thomas. And it showed the honesty and commitment of ordinary people, that here was this lady, poor, destitute, but she wanted to honor her mother's wish.
Exactly.
And then I needed $250. But I bring this story to tell you how sometimes where there's police overreach and state overreach, and the thing that incensed me about it only comes toward the poor and disadvantaged. You would never have police rolling into a middle class or upper middle class, any place in the world for that matter, and do any such thing.
Wow. Yeah, that I can see why you'd be incensed. I'm playing it over in my head right now, and then putting my family, and of course that's the worst thing you can do, to attach emotion to it. So
and that is why sometimes I think even these things are so very touchy, because we hear discussing crime and solving crime, and then the police have to balance their action with result.
Yeah.
So as Counselor is saying, you don't want the police to be infringing on persons' right.
Yeah.
But you also don't want the criminals to to take advantage of.
Well, but it's a balancing act for the police to not appear impotent, and then for them not to be just generally flagrantly upending the law themselves. So
no, it is Mario, with respect, it's not a balancing act. You have to, every action must take place in the context of what it is.
Right.
You are dealing with a criminal offender. You deal with a criminal offender. For example, the Court of Appeal has said, if the police comes onto a scene and the police has evidence of information that the person who they're about to approach is mentally challenged, the operational situation completely changes. Because you don't know with somebody who is not rational, who is not reasonable.
Right.
So you don't put them the way in which you may think. You don't roll up on them and shoot them immediately, for example.
Right.
And the court has said that. So every single issue individualized fashion, that is a balancing act between solving and protecting people's rights. Because I think it was Benjamin Franklin, the American founding father, who said that if you give up your rights because of your desires for security, you don't deserve neither rights nor security.
Do they even make them like that anymore? Do people think like that anymore? No, for real. Do you have any comments on WhatsApp? I know that we've got to take a top of the hour. Do you have a couple of minutes that you can dedicate to us?
Sure. Yes. Good.
All right. Let's do a top of the hour and come back with it. This is Boom 106.9 FM OMG in the morning. We've got a plain talk happening right now. We're going to broach some topics with Counsel Thomas, and you can interact with us 451-1069. That's live on air, and 455-1069 WhatsApp. We come back right after this.
We are the trending station. We are the trending station.
Me say action movie, you don't know it go. Boom, 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 boom.
Boom 106.9.
Right now, I'm taxing curve free now, but to them it's a Christmas. This day a flower day. But not forget lock up everything that done with. I will leave your eyes rough. All we want for Christmas, Collier, my Collier, oh my Collier. All I want for Christmas, Collier, and we smoke up the herb and rest. All we want for Christmas, Collier, my Collier, oh my Collier. All I want for Christmas, Collier, and we smoke up the pipe and rest. send the herb over next door. Send on the herb, make we smoke up the pipe. Please could you send the herb over next door, make we smoke up the pipe. All I want for Christmas, Cali herb, oh my Cali herb. All I want for Christmas, Cali herb, let me smoke up the pipe and rest. Darling, choose and play. See the Cali man on the way. It's a night, a quarter ounce and make Cali herb, oh my Cali herb. All I want is my Cali herb, and we get it red and
Full 1069.
Boy, gotta let you know what's going on in New York, New York, New York. December 10th, 2022. The venue is 312 East 93rd Street between Lenox and Clarkson in Brooklyn, New York. What's happening is the Vinci Local Food Lime. It's coming from the Opposition Progressive Association. On the menu, saltfish, blackfish, fish, stew chicken, sauce, breadfruit, doughboy, banana, coconut dumpling, red belly. What is it? Dukuna, thank you. Dukuna and much, much more. Only $25 for a ticket, and the whole place smell like saltfish. Starting your food from 3 p.m. until. Don't miss the big Vinci Eat Out event on December 10th at 312 East 93rd Street between Lenox and Clarkson in Brooklyn, New York. Call them at 917-960-7666. That's 917-960-7666. Yeah. All right, we got Council Thomas in the house with us. We are still in the middle of plain talk. We're discussing knowing your rights and standing up for your rights. Yeah, this is a topic that people when they're armed with the knowledge of right and wrong, they can only do better. They can only approach things better. They can approach situations better. But how do you, even when you're in the right, if you're being aggressive, what kind of reaction is the police to take in that?
Well, if somebody is being aggressive, it depends on what you call aggressive. I can forcefully assert my right. Say, look, hell, take your hand off of my pocket. You have no authority to put your hand in my pocket. I could forcefully assert that. That doesn't mean that I am aggressive or towards the police officer. I am asserting my right. Or take your hand out of my car.
Right.
That is me forcefully asserting my right to my privacy, to my property against an illegal search.
Right.
But all too often, if you say that to a police officer, you are going to get hit. And that is where things fall down. And I always give the example, when I first came back, one of the first persons I represent was Calypsonian Ipa. And the police had rolled in on Ipa, lives in right next to where you live there, where your studios are. And Ipa was a little up further up the block. And some police officers, I think Black Squad, rolled up on the area and saw Ipa and whatever the exchange was. This officer, believe it when I tell you, he could not make 5 feet. And Ipa has to be about at least 6. Right?
Yeah.
And the man slapped Ipa.
Oh.
And the only reason he did it is because he and other police officers were armed. Because on a different situation, different day, different place, if he slapped Ipa and Ipa springs back, he's going to be on the ground because of Ipa's size and everything else.
Yes.
So that's the difficulty you have. That you try to. Ipa wasn't aggressive. There was no evidence at all that Ipa was aggressive towards the man. But he was aggressive towards the citizenry. He was aggressive towards the people in who were standing around when they came to make their search. So a lot of times they're doing certain things and they say, you can't get involved in this. Or the citizens should just shut up and watch them do whatever they want to do. And that does not cater for good police public citizen relations. Because as I said time and time again, you're going to alienate. I mean, I remember when I just came back, and maybe a lot of people are saying it now, it was said that I was very anti-police. And I am not anti-police in the least. Police have a very crucial and important role to play in terms of guaranteeing the security of the citizenry.
Right.
And they have a role to protect and serve. I just think that far too often they violate that sacred role, that duty to protect and serve. That they rather tend to occupy and brutalize more often than protect and serve. And that is what I think hinders the better police citizen, community relations, and that works negatively for when the police are out trying to solve crime, because they don't have a lot of allies. They can't depend on a lot of people.
Right.
And this is why increasingly the police tend to depend on snitches.
Right.
But
yes.
a lot of times the snitches are compromised people who then do certain things that victimize the community, because they know that because the police depend on them more often than not, the police would give them a blight or may not aggressively pursue them, because the police know that they are an asset for whom they can rely on. But if they have good relations, and I'm not saying there are no role for informants in crime fighting. I'm not, but I'm saying when you do that and you rely solely on snitches, you end up further compromising the security of the community you want to protect.
Morning, you're live on Boom.
Yeah, morning.
Morning.
You said when the police come with the warrant, they must give it to the owner. You said just show the owner it.
Yeah, this whoever is in the, or leave a copy.
Leave it with them. Yeah, that's the part I want to get to. You say leave it with them. And
leave
then
a copy.
After that. And then what?
No, do the search. No, I am saying that a lot of times the police officer simply waive the warrant.
Oh,
so you don't.
You should say give instead of say leave. Because when you say leave a copy with them, that means like you're leaving something with somebody and then you're going away and leave it with them.
No. You're doing the search, but you are leaving a copy with. That's why I said a copy. Leave a copy with the residents, so that they would clearly know this is what the police came to search for, and this is what, if they found anything, this is what they found.
All right.
Yeah. Well, the language that you use, you probably should have said just give them a copy. Because when you say leave, I'm saying you leave in the copy with them and you're going away. No, you're not doing the search. So
why would you think that? I mean, if you go with a warrant, why would you just go? You would defeat the warrant if you just leave it and go away.
Exactly.
The warrant is for you. Is to tell you. The warrant says that you have legal authority to conduct the search.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, caller.
So let me ask. Where you have a situation where the police went into someone's home, the suspect of committing a crime, but they didn't have a warrant. However, when they entered that home, they found drugs and gun or something to that effect. What could happen to that case?
Well, nothing happens in the English-speaking world, because the English have the view that it matters not how you enter or the nature of search. Once the police come or find, whether in plain view or under a bed or under your floor, contraband, illegal stuff, they can charge you, arrest you, charge you, try you, and jail you, which is in direct contrast to what happens in America. So, for example, if you have in America what is called the fruits of the poisonous tree, which is a legal term which says if you go for one thing, or if you don't have a warrant, for example, and you goes into somebody's house and there's a whatever illegal stuff you meet there, you could not then use that against the person, because the fruit which you get from the illegal entry is poisoned, and consequently you couldn't use that poisoned fruit.
Right. Everything is tarnished in that.
So that's the difference between UK, British, and American jurisprudence. Here in St. Vincent, they come into your house, Fonando, and they find stuff. Whether they have a warrant or not, you are going down if you can't explain why you have it.
Well, council, there's been a rash of police activity recently. Fernando's beating is just about that, because there was was it in Paul's lot? If you look at the pictures there right now, these are some of the things that were found in Paul's lot. What do you think about
But did they find all of that in Parslot, or that was what they found as a result of raid over a particular
Well,
period?
these photos that you're seeing here now, they associate it with they're associating it with the arrest of Mr. Providence there in Pal Governor.
What are we seeing? All of these things there?
Yeah, guns, jugs, and so
Guns?
forth.
You saw guns there?
I saw a gun. I saw a gun. Sorry,
A
a
gun.
gun.
There,
A gun.
a gun
Yeah.
and a
So
magazine.
where do you get the guns?
Gun.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
I thought you were a journalist.
No, I'm just. Yeah. Well, we do make mistake. I'm just correcting. So I said a gun. Yeah, there's a gun.
Okay,
Here.
all right.
and it's labeled.
Yeah, Mr. Providence. I happen to represent Mr. Providence. That's why I'm a little so skittish on your point about guns.
Right.
He was said to have some of these things. I'm not sure if it's all of those, but we'll see when we go to court this morning.
Okay, right. Yeah, well, we can't ask you too much on that. Then. Yeah, we can't ask you. I want.
No, I mean, look, the police have to do their work,
Yes.
And if the police suspects that there's illegal activity taking place, I don't think there's any citizen in his or her right mind who would be opposed to that. I mean, if somebody is running me down and I happen to do something, I hope I see a police.
Right.
Because I'm gonna run and hug him or her.
Right. No, definitely.
But at the same time, let me give an example, which and I remember people like a number of lawyers, Ratner, QB, and I'm giving American lawyers here who I know have been very public advocates for some of the most despised persons. Suppose somebody goes into the court today, right? And all of the jurors are there and goes crazy mad and shoots a number of people right there in Kingstown. And then the police says, come out with your hands up. And this person comes out with their hands up. My position is, yeah, he may just have killed multiple persons inside that court, but the police, once he's coming out with his hands up, have no authority at all to shoot him down.
Right.
In other words, take him to court, try him,
and let due process continue.
This case might be the worst of the worst. You might get a death penalty for him, but you have no authority if he's coming out with his hands up, and you can clearly see his hands. He says, I'm coming out. Look, my hands are up. You don't watch him step out of the court. And then, so that's the difference for me. Police have a crucial role to play in to protect and to serve. And I am not going to say that police should not do that.
Right.
But
but they must do it within the confines
of the law.
Yeah.
So I have a final question, and
you're going to ask about Patel.
That is I would like to know your thoughts on Mr. Matthews' decision to not contest next.
I thought you were coming there, and I wasn't going to let you off. I was going to go there before I get off anyway. I think it's a good thing that he's stepping away. I mean, if he served 2 terms and he won narrowly. I think in the first time he won in 2010 he won by 229. The next time he won by less, and then last time in 2015 he won by 12, and then this time he lost by 1. So clearly, it's time for him to go. Where I depart with, and I think that the NDP is doing a good thing by removing him and trying to look for fresh blood there. And if they come up with a young, attractive candidate, if an emerging candidate could go from minus 12 to plus 1, that person don't have a lot of political future. Well, that's just my take. But Fernando, I disagree with you that there was a lot of controversy in that election of 2020. It is true that Carlos James won by 1 vote. But remember, in 2015, the NDP brought 2 election petitions having to do with North Windward and Central Leeward. They lost by 1 vote this time in North Leeward, but they didn't bring an election petition. So I don't think that they felt that there was a lot of evidence which indicated that there was any improper electoral irregularities, although everyone knows that the amount of largesse which the ULP distributed in North Leeward was perverse.
So it was perverse, yes.
And,
Perverse, yes.
in terms of going forward, though, could you see him playing a role to shape the next person and so forth?
Of course, I mean, one of the things that politicians should do, and I don't think they do it often enough, but I think, for example, in South Leeward, Jerry Scott did that and did that effectively. If he had not entered that race, I would have won easily in 2015. So one of the things that politicians who are not running again should do is remain active with their party, particularly if you had a good run as Jerry Scott did. Remember, Jerry Scott won 4 consecutive terms. And even to this day, I tell you an experience that when I was contesting in 2015, I had gone into Vermont in Fiddle Peace, and there was a lady, I asked for her vote, and she said, Mr. Thomas, I like you a lot. I listen to you on radio. I read your columns. I think that you're a good guy, but I can't vote for you. I said, why? She says, well, you see this wall house I have here? It was bored. And Mr. Scott gave me the first 200 blocks. And remember, that was 2015, and Jerry Scott was last in power in 2000. So let us assume that he had given her that in the elections of 1998. That was 17 years on, and she still remembered what Mr. Scott did. So this notion that people forget, or people don't have, Mitchell used to say people have it could be a 9-day talk and people will forget. That is not true, at least not for a significant set of the population. That is why politicians and parties have lock on certain people. It is because people don't forget. People will tell you, if Mr. Gonzalez, another lady told me, no bother to come here, if Mr. Gonzalez put a lizard to run. That's supporting it. I remember Joshua used to say, if I put a broomstick, people go, So but yeah, they have to continue. I don't know who they're gonna run. I heard of some names people are tossing up. But one of the good things for the NDP this time is because they have now shown, even though they lost 1 seat and went from 8-7 to 9-6, they have now broken the barrier where they are now the majority party in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They have broken the stronghold of every constituency that the ULP has, with the exception of North Central Windward. Consequently, there's not going to be any shortage of persons who wants to run for them. So they're going to have an exciting time selecting who should run. And I think if they put up a very attractive young, bright, credentialed slate of candidates,
like Fonando,
they would win handily. But I am not so sure that's going to happen. I think that the persons who are there now are too entrenched, and they may not want to give way to younger emerging persons. And if they go back with a stale team, don't underestimate Dr. Gonzalez. He's still at the helm.
That is a great way to say until we meet again.
Until we meet again. All the best.
All right, Council. Thank you so much. There you go. Council Thomas talking about all the issues, including our rights, recognizing our rights, and what he thinks is a good way to transition candidates.
All right. I see Winston say people don't vote policy, them vote for who give them this or that, or because Granny Tanti and Nanny been a vote this way or that way from timely memorial. Them just go down the same road. Sad how sad. I wonder if that's true, boy.
I mean, if you wonder that is true, who you guys vote for?
I don't ask. I don't. For me, I don't let anything like family history or whatever dictate how I vote.
I had this conversation with my brother a couple days ago, and I said people just kind of do reactionary, learned behavior. There's folks that vote for people or do things because their mom do it, The dad do it. They grew up in a house that was accustomed doing it. So why you do it? I don't know.
Some people
It's just things
for,
I just do.
Galvanized cement and lumber.
I think it's more than that, man. It's more than that. That
family history.
I think family history is almost a way of grooming as well.
Right.
I mean, you hear you need to believe in this deity all your life. Who are you going to believe in? The deity that you've been told you need to believe in, right? That's just how it is. So you believe that you should be listening to this person. This person is somebody of influence. Rarely do people go against their family traditions unless something traumatic changes their viewpoint.
Lloyd say yes. I think we vote depending on generations. You agree with that?
Yeah, I
somebody
think so.
said if Gonzav had a stake team, he would have done far better for the country. He was a rookie. BH had experience, but no leadership. So the ship of state floundered. Yeah.
All right. We've got Mr. Weeks coming up in just a little bit, but we need to take some commercials before we do that. All right, gotta say hi to the folks at Courts.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
And just I want the folks to just stay tuned to the live, share the live, because we are going out there on the street to hear what the vendors have to say about the letters, because they would have received letters as well, asking them to asking for them to be removed.
Yeah.
So we want to hear what the vendors think and what was happening going forward.
Yeah. Let me talk about Quartz though while you load up what's going on there. Oops, Quartz today. Visit them and you can ride off with your brand new AKT for as low as $5,999. With every purchase, you get a free helmet, free delivery, extended warranty with free servicing for a year is also included. That's a one-stop package. With Ready Finance, you pay absolutely nothing for 90 days and have up to 48 months to repay. So Ready Finance customers also enjoy insurance and registration processing for free. Save $2,800 on the AKT 250cc, now priced at $7,699. AKT, ride responsibly. Quartz, bringing value home. Keep it locked on. The trending station comes back right after this with some music and Mr. Weeks.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch, no more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD, fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. 61183.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique. Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Radio, Boom 1069.
If you're ready for a balloon or something. Ah, boy.
Protocol in action.
Yes, man.
Spain don't go straight to flanker.
Them to
know the game get conquered. Hey, at this Spartan man, no fi fly back.
If you're ready for a balloon or something. Ready for run, want it for them. And them know too. Say I'm a joke thing, we no grocer. Witness for them in a courthouse. When in that squad push out, you alone that cartel we tell her how we did that port man.
Hard like we hit them skin. Lean when they done knocking, them can't forget we. We are fully bad great. That is part on me. Place clean sweep good. How you mean? Some feel when people stop. Have a costume. Road on the concrete, say a word me no like, I'ma show you how I do it.
Deep ties and me go t-shirt. Them a in a regular. We no take up, she ain't gonna get this hard. Love you badness anywhere we gone. Still like, cause I'm on it hard. One phone call and your mother bad. She get this sad news when she dey abroad. And if you see a bomb for the car. Push up if you're ready for the cabaluna so me the head. Me ready for run want it for them. And them know too. Say I no joke thing we no go so. This for them reach a courthouse. When the night squad push out you alone that Carter we tell her how we did a port more.
Level be a ton badness fine at the devil. Now them no rebel them no them must every day. Step on them nigga day. Everything we there. You better pray you is a ball head that day. I'm in no way mad dog and have a bad day. Papa transform fully insane. After me call badness you call me make gun.
You die so me cut it short. Them a no regular. We know to up, she ain't gonna get this up. No be badness anyway we gone. Still at cause I'm on it up. One phone call and your mother bad. She get this sad news when she dey abroad. And I be see up, one figure call. Push up if you're ready for the cabaluna so me be head. Me ready for run want it for them. And if them know too. Say I'm not joke thing, me not joke so. Witness for them reach a courthouse. When the night squad push out you alone the Carter we tell her how we did a poor boy.
Sugar back, you ready for tell you goes to 7 part the bed. I be a fruit bunny hard man running a ya.
Umbrellas up.
It's raining. Umbrellas up. Man born to win, champion never lost. It's raining. Umbrellas up, man medal up. Some a fly every door, not one them a shot. It's raining. When me do my charge, I can't do traffic, my power. Plus my charge, I got it, my bind the bracket, no borrow any chart. Me tap it the boss, and nothing no follow. Man a flash, no panic, my toe pocket never shallow. Girl a swallow. Can you lift up the fashion, I straight to the blood, money, what a arrow, got a lot of ammo, devil real, and them no understand you. Also big like it's a Malay private jet, too powerful, and you turn it pan you till your shirt up, no people have to fan you. I do wireless life, you know, man, a soldier without the camera. Cement up on the top, I'm a good lift up and farmer. Fingers strength up on the pan, I'ma press it to them for you, can you? Take it to the top and never make it fall. Tell my family do my best, me not forget it all. But my money enough, not stepping small. Pull up a wrecking ball. Umbrellas up, man medal up. Dan cheddar up, me see the plan never look. It's raining. Umbrellas up. Straight to the top, my gas pedal up. It's raining. Umbrellas up, world no give a fuck. Nobody cares on the journey when you stop. It's raining. Umbrellas up. Watch it cloud boss. Show us a joy, show us a blessing. Turn man from a boy, me learn my lesson. What that from my belly, from my mama ready, you know me stepping. Devil off of my soul, me could let him do my great. My band show him, no love making. Settings, from me go clump setting. Real blood run, enough sweating. Compare me with do it, I'm setting. Put a milli on a silly head and make a cocoa with him. Living life from war, no regretting, but no pressing. Living life is so refreshing. Hello my band, did that for make it out there. Rain forever, when nothing going nowhere. Them fear. Umbrellas up, up. Straight to the top, my gas pedal up. It's raining. Umbrellas up, man medal up. Dan cheddar up, me see the plan never look. Raining.
What's up because the party? Girls are free coming. Go 1 million comments. Dance all for the streets, no else. No member about no crosses. You a good life street with them. Just dance to the beat, oh yeah. Dance all where the people say. Give me girl. I'm rumming on me hand. I'm rumming on me hand. Every day is Christmas. Give me girl. I'm rumming on me hand. I'm rumming on me hand. Every day is Christmas.
Boom 1069.
The trending station, Boom 1069. You know, it's like Santa brought a gift for you early this year. Plan and enjoy this Christmas season with KCCU Cash Mess. Get up to $20,000 this Christmas season with our Christmas loan Cash Mess. A loan designed with a super low interest rate of 9% with absolutely no payment till January 2023. And if you're a new member, it's not a problem. You still get same-day approval. Call 457-2409 and visit KCCU Limited at Granby Street, Kingstown today and have yourself a merry Cashmas, all right? KCCU terms and conditions apply. Fonando will be heading down to the market. In the meantime, we should be queuing up for Mr. Weeks right about now. So let's see if we can connect with him and get his take on things that happened over the weekend and get us ready for the week. Let's see what's going on, Shady. You got it there? All right, let's do it.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
Recapping what's going on the weekend, of course, getting you straight for the week. This is how we do it, Boom 1069 FM. Let's see if we've got Mr. Weeks on the inside right now. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Weeks.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shady, same. Shady morning.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
I guess both of you are there by yourselves now?
Yeah, Fernando is heading out to cover the market. The vendors, sorry. Out at PH Riera there. Did you see any of the pictures over the weekend?
Yes. Mario, Shady, correct me, man. I see pictures in a
whole different light. All right. You see? Well, nobody told me. But have you heard about all the bacchanal that happened over the weekend?
Well, I heard you guys carrying on.
You're just carrying on. I've got two questions to ask you, though. What do you think about the vendor situation, and do you think one vote is controversial?
What about the vendor situation? And the second question, what's the second question?
Do you think that winning by one vote is controversial?
You're asking me a question that you want the answer, to get the answer. Not listening? So in that case, I will ask you the question, Mario. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
The question can't ask the question. Well, I've seen I don't think that one vote is controversial. Sorry, winning by one vote is controversial, especially if there's been a trend of free and fair elections. Then one vote shouldn't be controversial.
Yes. Mario, my life depended on IT after a while, and even today, even more so now than ever before. I mean, you can't read a document without the use of the assistive technology.
Right.
I may tell you that IT was never, and computers generally were never a favorite of mine. Even in my educational pursuit, as I told you, as a statistician, you had to rely heavily, sometimes entirely, on IT and computers. But you know, in those situations, I never really got into it. I did just what is necessary to get what I consider to be a good grade for that particular course. But I said all of that to say, you know, when I listen to conversations and the way we speak, very often the picture I get, picture I see.
Nice. Nice one.
the processing, what is going on inside the computer. You want me to repeat? The picture I see when I listen to conversations very often, and I listen to persons speaking very often, what I see is the processing that takes place in a computer.
How so, Mr. Weeks? How so?
because one of the things I was taught very early, you remember the GIGO, G-I-G-O.
The D-I-G-O.
Yes. And you remember that, Tom? Mario?
No, the D-I-G-O. Enlighten me.
It's an acronym.
Ah.
It's an acronym. But I always felt that's not the sole determinant. I think the way the computer system is wired as well plays an important role in the out. I agree with garbage in, garbage out, but addition to that is the system, the way the system works, how the process is done. But enough of all that philosophy. We can come back to that another time. Since Thursday I thought I will come and respond to some comments that were made after my presentation on Thursday. But I like to be guided by Pastor. And, Pastor always say, and sometimes I know he's talking directly to me sometimes, just leave it alone now. Just leave it alone. You don't have to respond to everything.
But you see, by bringing it up, you've intrigued us. So now we want to hear the response.
Yeah, I wanted to respond to a number of the comments, but in particular, Max.
Right.
Max talk about he's spinning in mud. And I don't know if he thought I was being. I'm trying to coin an adjective. I don't know if he thought I was being kind of piggy now when he said I'm spinning in mud. Because, very often I listen to Max comments with a lot of interest. And I make my own assessment. And I will leave it there this morning. I will come back to it another time. All
right.
I will respond to you. But I didn't witness it, but there's something that took place on the weekend. And it it shook me up. And as a result, this morning I want to, before I go any further, I notice you guys have started playing the Christmas songs. And I love Christmas. I love Christmas songs. I know maybe at midnight tonight, there's some media houses, some radio stations will go fully Christmas. All of the songs they play would be Christmas songs. Traditionally, Christmas songs were sad, dragging, a white Christmas. And you can tell us more about that, Mario. But this morning I listened to the Christmas songs that you play, and I was very happy.
Right.
Because even though it used some of the traditional words, the music that accompanied those words were not sad. But Christmas is sad for a number of us who's Mario, especially the elderly. And I want to advocate for them this morning. And some people might say rather than them, I should say us. I want to advocate for the elderly this morning. You see, many of these persons spent their life looking after the children, the grandchildren, members of the community, and sometimes strangers.
Yeah.
And now they get to a stage where once upon a time, and I heard Shady mention it this morning, Christmas was family time. That was time when persons you have not seen for years,
Right.
persons you have not seen for the whole year, for the entire year, you see them at Christmas time. But we have arrived at a point where there are a number of elderly persons, not even at Christmas time, they get any company, not even at Christmas time they see anybody. And I want to encourage all of us, where it is possible, to pay some attention to these persons. I always say we should do it all year round, but particularly at this time, when it can get very sad, when persons can get very lonely because you're accustomed to be in high spirit and plenty company at this time.
Right.
But they are locked away now, and they need that call. They deserve that call. They deserve that visit. For the last 2 years, I advocated against the visit for obvious reasons, the COVID pandemic. But while still being careful, because the virus is still present in our community, so while still being careful, I hope that this Christmas can be a time where we pay some attention to those who are shut away. The church usually refer to them as shut in, and so forth. Pay them a visit, give them a call, look out for them. And as I talk about the elderly and being shut away, I want to segue into the discussion that Fonando has been striving very hard to have, where he's out now trying to bring reports to us as to what is happening out there. So I want to talk about the elderly, and to them I now want to add the disabled. And as we talk about vending, let's take these persons into consideration. We talk about the rights of the individual to earn a living, but that's not the only right that exists. I think I have a right to, with the aid of my cane, my wife Cane Mario, I know that means something to you.
Yes, sir.
I think I have a right, with the aid of my cane, to walk around Kingston independently, as far as that is possible, and to do my business.
Right.
And to the extent that anyone is advocating for that right to be impeded, our right, because it's not just mine, because all those who are in city, whether you need a cane as your assistant, you need a walker, you need a wheelchair, we have a right to be independent and to be able to walk around Kingston. And I think anyone who is advocating otherwise are our enemies, and we must see them like that. I am not advocating for violence, but we must see those persons who are advocating otherwise, that there must be an impediment in our way to be independent around Kingston as our enemies. And I hope that as many persons as possible will understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That all of us have rights,
yes,
and all of us need those rights to be enforced. Let us clean up the sidewalks, man. The private owners of the properties around Kingston, they have rights too. And I am not insensitive to the vendors, because I have done vending during my life. I've had occasion to go house to house vending. Since I'm a child, I have done that. There are persons who are very close to me who are involved in vending today. And I know at least one of them would be affected by the move that is being made around that PH Vera property. But I believe that those who occupy the PH Vera property, they have a right that must be enforced. And once they seek to enforce that right, we shouldn't do anything to have it done otherwise.
Well, I see Fonando at the scene right about now.
So I can make way for Fonando for him to carry on.
For him to carry on the discussion. All right, Mr. Weeks.
And we can talk about this. We can continue this conversation another time. By the time I get back, it might be stale. I'm not going to. Sorry.
It's not going to be stale at all because we always want to get your view on things that is happening or has happened because we still have to react to things that have gone by. So yeah, definitely.
But I leave with the point, Mario.
Yes.
That persons like me have an absolute right to my independence, to around Kingston and wherever else. Once I am not trespassing, to have that independence and my freedom to go about my business. And those who advocate otherwise, they are my enemies, and I will take action to demonstrate that.
Strong
Thank you,
words.
Mario.
Thank you very much, Mr. Weeks.
Have a productive week.
Thank you very much. That's Mr. Weeks with his take on things. And we are going to go to Fonando. Let's see if we got Fonando on the inside right now. Fonando, are you there? Fonando, your mic is muted. Fonando, your mic is muted. Fonando, your mic is muted. All right. While Fonando is figuring out how to unmute his mic, I'm going to let you know what's going on. To let you know you can't kill yourself to mind yourself. That's on December 3rd. Everybody is heading to CID. That's Carnival in December. The ultimate soca fete to end 2022. The biggest DJs and the baddest soca artists will rock you all night long. It's Carnival in December. Victoria Park, December 3rd. The ultimate girls' night out. Fonando, you gotta unmute your mic, son. Fonando, you gotta unmute your mic, son. Fonando ain't paying attention to me at all here. Okay, let's see. Come on, Fonando. What else is on? Gotta let you know. Oh, there we go. Fonando is back in effect. Fonando.
Can you hear me, Mario?
I can hear you, buddy. I can hear you. Thanks for unmuting your mic. So give us a picture of what's going on. For those that can't see on the outside, let me raise my mic up for a bit here. For those that can't see on the outside, we are live in front of PH Vieira. And I can see that there are still some vendors around. Fonando, let me know what's going on. Fonando. All right. I don't think Fonando is ready. Fonando, what's going on, buddy? Fonando. All right. So it looks like there are still vendors. There are still vendors out there in front of PH Vieira, judging from what we're seeing here. Trying to get a report.
Mario?
Yes, Fonando.
Hey, Mario. Yes.
Yes, buddy. Tell us what's going on out there.
So we are live in front of the PH Vieira building. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, the vendors have been removed from in front of the building.
Really? I'm still seeing vendors.
Well, this is what is directly in front of the building. They used to be on this side. Now they have shifted to this side. And as you know, we were speaking about them being relocated on Thursday.
Yeah.
So we are gonna ask a number of them.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me clearly, Mario?
I'm hearing you crystal clearly. You go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So I have my brother in here. He used to sell right over here, right? He used to sell right over here. Now he has shift over here. Tell me what happened. Did you get instruction to move from here?
They come down with a envelope and a piece of paper with the name on it. We pay, and then we give an envelope. Just one
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody alone in front take their paper.
Right.
To play in front of it. No vendors. But nobody else in there no paper. How come that?
Right. Nobody else ain't got a paper.
No, only we alone in front.
Right.
So we decide now that we can come today and put the table and still sell and clean sidewalk clean for them now.
Right.
But with the whole morning, well, we see nothing happening more than we I just tell everybody just bring out back the table and we start to sell car. New management come, we no disrespecting them, we no do nothing.
Right.
So it's ain't hard to say like we can't come down here and sell. No, we're gonna go low, we can sell till after Christmas, and after Christmas everybody getting in the market.
Well, they're saying that everybody have to, basically most people have to go in the market Thursday coming here.
Well, that way they say, but when Thursday come and the market too, the market can't hold everybody with it.
Right.
And everybody ain't going in the market. Now it's Christmas. And this is a tradition.
Mario, you remember I had tell you that?
This is a tradition for how many years we're going on.
Hey, Mario, you remember we had that.
So ask him if it's a tradition to break the law for many years. It's okay.
So Mario is asking if it's a tradition to break the laws for many years.
But it's a tradition. Vincent was smart. That's the way people live by.
Right.
We born, meet your grandmother, grandparents in it, and we still come and this is where we do it. It's a living, we're doing every day.
Right.
This country too small.
The country too small for what? Laws?
Fight for the rights.
Right.
If you don't want to fight for the rights,
So when the market opens now, you have intention to go up there?
Yeah, we'll go in the market. They don't see the market opening for people, but no. The same time, you know it's Christmas. As I tell you, when the market opens, all the people in front of me, they get the paper when in the market. Everybody is staying on the street till after Christmas. How come that? So why not like we the same till after Christmas and then move everybody in the market? Everybody glad to go in the market, but now it's Christmas.
So you hear anybody around say that they're gonna register with the they're gonna go to the market?
But just me in the market, you tell it and them behind it, them ain't fixed. You ever go run behind that second interview wrong with?
No, go
tell
around.
it ain't fixed, it ain't ready, the same can sell it, it ain't nothing ready yet.
Well,
the
this
market can move, nothing ready.
Huh.
Okay.
So you're saying that the structure itself isn't ready?
He said the structure itself isn't ready based on toilet and so forth. So we could go around there as well and check it out.
Just say the market can move. One day they say people
Right.
and shaking wrongly.
Right.
And you can open market up and smell wrongly.
We go around there. Mario say what my friend here is saying. They have moved from directly in front of the building on the sidewalk and move over sort of like in a
from the sidewalk to the road is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So we're gonna travel on here, more comment. Anything you want people to know that you could just like to
yeah,
say?
what tell the Vincent people them today.
Yeah.
Stand up for the right and don't make people walk over.
All right, respect.
How is that standing up for rights and not letting people walk over them by breaking the rules that the people that bought the place said? How is that breaking? How is that standing up for your rights? That is trouncing on the rights of the person that have the place.
Yes. So you're seeing here what is happening here, as we would have discussed. This area where you're seeing these benches, a number of vendors used to occupy that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they have been removed from that. There is a security here. At least one person who says he's here to enforce security.
That guy in the blue shirt looking pretty.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And on the other side, persons are just selling and they're going about their business. conscious trying to take up some of the time. Okay.
Show me the absolutely no vending sign. Let me see if they clean all the poop.
The
That was
absolutely no vending sign. Okay, this is the absolute no vending sign.
Alright. And they clean it up. Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the absolutely no vending sign here. Right here, so my brother is still selling his stuff. He used to be selling on this side. So you notice everybody has, you
Just
said,
moved to the
moving
road.
to the street in the Market Square area.
Moving to
And
the road.
yes,
I don't understand how this is better.
yeah. That was. What do you think? That was. What do you think about it?
Yeah, bring media up this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, morning folks.
Yes.
Presently this morning,
Yes.
this side of the street is in function and functioning. That side wrong there
Yes.
is malfunctioning. Which means people are only one head. Yeah. They're not only one head.
Yes.
Which means whoever taking over management of this building need to wake up and know that street vending is all around the wall, and when a tongue board and them have the issues with the folks them,
Yes.
and they have a new market,
Yes.
they ain't got nothing to do with it. This is Christmas.
Yes.
December is closed. They cannot try to slow down the economy like that.
Okay.
We cannot slow down the economy by bringing a whole heap of differences between folks. And they're separating the folks. But these folks, as you see,
Yes.
cases Russia and wrong, there's Ukraine.
Wrong,
Those
so-
folks, they're the revolutionists. The revolutionists, them live wrong this time.
So they having a revolution.
Yeah, that wrong is the revolutionists.
So okay, well, the government would have announced. Huh?
Somebody wants to know if
Government
the marketing board collected their $5 today.
On this side, you know, if the market, the tongue board collected any money today.
They collected money, but these folks are not giving any letter. They have not been given the letter.
Which folks didn't get any letter?
These folks from here.
You guys didn't get any letter over there?
Concerning the change in new management.
Okay, they're saying that persons will be moved to the new market. The new market. They said most people will have to be. Anybody talk to you guys about that?
The letter has been given, and
So Mary, I don't know how this thing is gonna
market
happen on
vacant
Thursday, but
because-
remember they said two market will be opening on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the vendors would be relocated there. You ready to be relocated, friend? She's that. What do you think about that?
Those people with management have some issues.
Huh?
They can't find nothing as yet.
So it hasn't been clarified.
So tongue board and they come to the agreement. They only doing things their way. They ain't coming out with the vendors. They need to look at that. Oh, hello.
No, but Mario, what is happening here? Remember, we have a memo. You have a notice from tongue board, right?
Yeah.
That is saying that the tongue board, the market will be open. The boat market will be opening on Thursday, right?
Right.
So those persons who are supposed to be affected the most are saying that you didn't get any notice.
We had no discussion, no meeting.
So I don't know where the vendors are that would be going into the market. Yes, please.
Them only give the people them in front the supermarket.
That is for Vera. That is for the.
We moving. Nobody can tell me nothing yet.
No letter, no
letter, no nothing, no notice.
Right.
So there is no direction as to where
we
they
don't
have
even
to
get
go.
a letter to say the market is open.
So nobody come and give all the direction like today we're gonna move this point and all you have to go to the market.
No, they don't care. They just do as they please because they are in authority.
Oh.
They are in authority.
So Mario,
Then they update. But if when they reach out and the chat, they hard to slash it up there. You have to stay down there and then take the time and go up. Don't reach up there and drop down, you know.
The economy like that, my brother. The economy
You
is
remember
slow.
when,
You can't make it more slow than it is.
Mary, do you have any question that these viewers are asking?
Tell them again, please.
Lucky you. You have to be good to the people.
Yeah.
When on your way up in ladder because you're meeting them when you're coming back down.
Yeah. So me and my friend was having this discussion the other day, and we were talking about vendors and the vending issue. Could you see everybody going into the new markets, or do you think you would still have vending?
Everybody. Can't accommodate everybody.
Okay, but what if there are designated places around
Well, he's asking whether if they have like designated area instead of selling hay, if they have like different areas.
They ain't telling me nothing.
That
I'm telling you.
right.
Yeah, but if they gave you a designated area.
Right, but no, he's asking if they do have designated areas, whether people would stay there. No, we understand that. But if they did have an area that they're saying you guys could sell here instead of selling here or something like that, you think people would work with that?
Yes, but we don't know if that is a part of the plan. We don't know anything.
You hear that, Mario?
We don't
Yeah,
know
I
anything.
did.
And they will tell lie and say they solve notices and they don't. They did not. I noticed on Facebook last night saying that them who get letters will have to move by 12. Them never saw the letter on here. And then the letter them important, so they have to move by today.
So Mario, we got here.
So you understand? Mr. Morgan lie, deputy manager lie, the deputy warden lie, all of them we walk as everybody telling lies. And the thing is that them don't inform the people who collecting money, anything. They do not tell them anything so that they can relate to it. Them not just doing, and it's the same like how we knowing and seeing from Facebook. That's how the workers are them knowing. That's how they knowing.
So we need to connect with the town board because
we gotta cross them here. What they say.
We have to connect with the town board.
What about in terms of hay? Do you think that the town is congested with vendors or? Right. Right.
Things will go better. Okay, doing that. I put somebody come and pick the one over the tomorrow. Then collect from me, then collect from them.
Okay.
I mean, regulating nothing.
Right. Mary, we're hearing some important points.
I hear because
I believe that is my opinion because I don't know. The closest street to the market should be designated a vending street. The street should be designated a vending street. Whereas don't put up absolutely no vending.
Yeah, we saw that.
No vendor on various sides.
Right, and you could work with that. Yeah.
They should designate the street as a vending street.
You hear that, Mario?
Of course.
All the street. They say they want
kind of like they do short street.
Everybody pay $5 every day. Yeah. Everybody will not pay the $5 because some people don't get things sold. And some of them go sell load of money and them still ain't want to pay $5.
Right.
I ain't telling no lie to nobody. Them go up and them say they want it for car park. When the vehicle
so they're gonna put there as a car park.
When the vehicle them park there, they
that's over the side, Mario.
No point.
So they're not gonna get it.
And somebody always in the red and them collecting money. Them make collecting money on the street and them always in the red. Government always have to subsidize with them. And they're making money and they walk. I realize just people come and park whole day. And it will be a disadvantage for people who want to come and buy in the market. Because in the parking lot in the front there, them don't want anybody coming. Have to be their friend. When the people that who walking in Kingston come early and take up the whole parking, who come to buy jargon with the park?
Well, just before I go, the authorities seems bent on removing the vendors. And placing most of the vendors in the market up there. Could you see that happening? Do you think more persons would get upset because persons have been selling on the street? And the police would be coming. You don't think that's going to be a problem if that?
It was always a problem. In the first place, and you had NDP government, they say no vending on the street and sidewalk. Labour care we stay here. I don't care. I know I lose plenty customers and plenty. I don't care. I'm talking the truth. The truth.
But you could gain customer and lose customers. Okay.
I know I will lose some customers. Labour tell we don't move. Glenn Cox is the first person who started it. I tell we don't move.
They tell all they don't move.
Yes. When Mike Brown was in power, he said everybody have a certain size of table. We go along with that. Them say $5. We didn't say $5 too much. Then we agree to pay the $5. When Julian Francis in charge, Julian Francis said he gonna give me aluminum tables. Till now nothing never not happened. And now them saying everybody has moved. And they had an agreement. But the only thing is that it's not a signed agreement.
Okay, wow.
They had an agreement with us. We meet with Mr. Julian Francis and Mr. Torres Building when they had the conference room.
Right. Maria, so our viewers are hearing.
Yeah.
And she speaks very well.
I'm not telling no like ULP, neither NDP, and I will lose customers and I will gain some customers. And I'm not going to lie for anybody. I'm not even going to tell a lie for my mother. Not even for my mother.
Right, absolutely. So you hear that, Mario? You hear the concern on the lady's face.
Yes.
I was in the market when the market now open, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't say, you know, I have to buy and throw it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Buy and throw it.
In the market.
In the market, that's why I don't say.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Wow. So she's saying that they don't get as much sale inside the market.
Oh. Yeah, but is that because there are a multitude of vendors outside the market?
So he said,
daily people then, those who selling daily, who want to sell on the street. And if it's $5 a table, and some people get 6 and 7 and 10 table and paying $5. It's them making back for me. And when they go in the road, some of them are bringing the table right up in the road, and when I tell them pull back, it's a problem for them. Then while in the front, them alone must get sale.
Well, how much tables she have?
Them don't consider others.
Right.
The vendors of them don't consider others. Them only to themselves.
More than one table there.
Yeah, there are a number of parcels selling here with her as well. Okay, so yeah, so you could hear her emotion.
The bread van, they could move on the vehicle and put all the bread van. That was the plan for Julian and Julian time. He said you want to put all the bread van up in the top and people are going to hold a head for them.
Right. So, Mario, we're going to hear from Tongueboard as well. You could hear what the vendor is saying.
Tell you Baylight.
Right, we understand. But we're going to question them. Yeah, we're going to question them. Oh, jeez. All right, well, she don't predict what is going to be said. Let me see. I'm going to thank you very much. Thank you very much and well said. What's happening in Mario?
What did she say that the town board would say?
She said the town board will tell Baylights and they're going to say, what are they going to say again? They're going to say bargain, who is the one now, which is nothing.
Oh,
so let me see if she's correct. Thanks very much.
Nyla wants to know if this lady is selling eggs. Was that eggs there? Yes, that was eggs.
Yeah, she's selling eggs. You sell eggs, right? You selling eggs?
Yes. Ask her how much for the eggs. How much for the eggs?
She's asking how much for the eggs. $22 a flat. So there she has a number of eggs there, and
22 a flat. All right.
Yeah.
I need some eggs in it. But she shouldn't be selling it there. But I might have to go and buy the egg there.
Yeah, we got to go and buy some eggs. Okay. All right. Thanks very much. She's the opposite Vera. I don't know opposite Vera. I don't know if after Flo. Flo get free out right now. Flo. Thanks very much. So Flo, if they tell you guys you haven't received, as you said again, no notice to move from here.
Nothing.
On this side here, they haven't received any notice. Everybody moving, but they don't know. And Christmas will come. And you don't want to move before Christmas? Yeah, that's January rough. So they're saying they don't want to move before Christmas.
Ask her if we can get her number. Somebody wants her number.
I think somebody wants your number. Do you want to give them privately or do you want? I don't know, persons.
I can't take nothing private.
You want to give your number now? Okay. Flo, you want to give your number now? 530-7134.
530-7134. Okay.
530-7134. So I guess person probably want to contribute, however.
Yeah.
All right.
530-7134. I'm gonna see.
All right, Flo. We are gonna go a bit up to the top of the building closer to Bonady. And there, as you see, the vending still continues. This means this area is more free. Yeah, of those vendors who are on this side. Good day. I see you busy. I see you're busy. That's my friend right there. Introduce yourself for all of you.
There's a whole mall.
My name is Cheryl Thomas.
Miss
Cheryl
Thomas. And she has Miss Thomas has been selling in Frontier for how long have you been selling in Frontier now?
For the past 15 years.
15 years, and she's here. You can see her selling her items.
How much table she has, and how much she has paid for them.
How much tables? Somebody's asking if you how much tables you have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3 tables, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
And you could hear her say 5. You said 3, she said 5. What's that?
No, what? I haven't said 3. Who said 3?
You said 3.
No. She said she has 5 tables.
But you
And
said 3.
okay, so she's selling a number of items. What do you think about the decision to remove the vendors from this area, Ms. Thomas?
I don't have a problem in moving
Mm-hmm.
after the street.
Mm-hmm.
Some really want to clean up.
Right.
But then on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
Minister Francis did call meeting with vendors.
Right.
But apparently that meeting didn't take place.
Did you guys ever get promise from politicians to sell around here?
Yeah, not really from politician, right? But Minister Francis was asking vendors if we have any idea to build tables. We could come in and sit down, discuss with him how we should unify vendors with tables. We could build collapse with tables. And like after the moment finish vending, we could pack them up and secure them nicely.
Right. Right. So she said Minister Francis did ask did vendors go in and have that discussion, because we are told that there were discussion like that.
Around that time, the COVID. We did have the COVID.
But they ever promised to build aluminum table and to relocate the bread van.
Yes.
And so forth.
They did, yeah. Minister Francis did.
Yeah. And in your opinion, they shouldn't be running people from here. Maybe they need to use it as a vending area.
I think so.
Okay, but in terms of Thursday now, they said they will be opening, the authorities said they will be opening 2 new markets. Have anybody approached you on that? What?
No.
So you don't know if Thursday you will be asked to move from here?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be asked.
And you have never been asked to move from here? So you see, Mario, this is I'm glad we have this opportunity here to discuss with the vendors, because they're consistent in their messaging that they want, at least on this side, they weren't told anything. They weren't told they would be removed. They weren't told that they would be relocated to the new market. So I don't know what is happening with that information.
Hang on. The sign that says absolutely no vending isn't enough of.
No, we are talking already these persons who have seen no vending has moved from here. We are talking about those who would be
just move off the sidewalk.
Right, they move off the sidewalk. Okay, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where persons would be relocated to the new market. I'm talking about remember they announced that 2 markets would be opening on Thursday. So I'm saying the vendors who are supposed to go into the market, apparently they're not aware that they have not been notified. And that's what I asked her, and she's saying that's not the case. Poya, you're here, you said you represent the vendors as well?
I am the past president of the Vendors Association.
Yes.
Vendors had an association, and I have been representing them over the years. I even had a television program. Where we had a meeting with Jomo and
Jomo
Thomas and that vendor over there,
Cathy over here.
We went on the television program, and there's on every TV on Sunday night, and spoke about the importance of vending and the whole purpose of vending and cleaning up Kingston in a sense, but organizing in a way that vending will be part of the whole operation. And since this new one has come in place, I've been asking for a meeting, and he has never ever once invited us to have a meeting to discuss the way forward concerning vending. Because after they construct the buildings and select how they're going to be moving the vendors off the street. Even those of Middle Street have been asked me if anybody has invited me to a meeting or anything concerning them. And I said, no. Because we had worked out something way back before Julian Francis with Mike Brown. You see how regular meeting as to how we're going to regulate the whole vending. I saw Joe Borgin cannot tell you how much vendors on the road, which is the peak period for vending. And when what type of vending taking place and all that. We have all that that we are registered. We had even put a structure.
Right.
We had even put a structure in place.
Listen, do you think the timing for the removal of vending is okay? For the vendors to go into the market is okay, or do you think it's a bad timing?
No, it's a haphazard thing. You don't know what is happening. It's a haphazard thing.
Yeah.
And people ain't show us to who gonna move,
right.
what gonna move, who gonna think, because you can't tell me that you're gonna mix everything into one.
Right.
It can't happen. You have provision vendors, you have this here which is like a little supermarket, you have clothes, so you can't put everything in a one. You have to put structures in place whereby when they move in, the different things will be in place.
Yeah.
And they haven't done that. All this discussion that was taking place with my ground.
Yeah.
Even if people move selling eggs, those who just come on the road and vending the fish.
Yeah.
So you need to have something properly organized.
Absolutely. Let me just shift back to Ms. Thomas again. Ms. Thomas, it seems like you do pretty well here, so right here. It seems so, and you believe that if you move elsewhere, you're not gonna get the same support.
Not be the same.
So
Because sometimes a bigger person today and because it's something.
Right.
I go
Right. Absolutely. Now we have in report, Mario, that the bathroom that the vendors would be using if they're relocated or when they're relocated are nothing. Well, at least one facility is not, the bathroom is not in proper condition. So we're probably gonna go across there and see for ourselves.
Well,
the condition, but
we can take a quick break while you relocate.
Take a break while we go back.
Quickly, but is it a fact that have paid that normally pay their fees are being relocated? Like I'm not quite sure.
No, everybody pays the fees. You mean from Tongue Board?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I am looking for at least 2 vendors also that I probably might say they have notice to go into the market, but up to now I haven't found anyone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna check it out and then then you could take a break and the fellows.
People say look at the amount of items on them tables, lad.
There's some very good stuff, huh?
It's like a whole mall.
It's a whole mall. So anything you want, coffee and stuff.
But you didn't ask the question about the payment though. Ask them if it's those who have not paid will have to move off the street or the area.
No, well, is it that those who don't pay have to move from in front move, or it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter because it seems like yeah. You understand? So it's not like who pay everybody.
Right.
Okay, so you could we're going across to the market so we could see a bit more about if this claim that this person recently made is fact or if it's just a fiction. All right.
Sounds good. All right. Keep it locked on. We've got Fonando live from Kingstown, speaking with the vendors, making his way through the streets. We'll take a short commercial break and come back right here in the nation's #1 trending. Of course, you can call us 45-11069 to speak directly to Fernando, or you can call us. Message us on WhatsApp as well. All right. This is how we do it on the street, live and direct. 1069.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company? Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Dreaming of home repairs, consolidating your debts, or shopping for Christmas gifts for the loved ones? With a loan from the Penny Bank this Christmas, you can start ticking those items off your wish list. The possibilities are endless. Get up to $40,000 in personal loans with an attractive interest rate and up to 5 years to repay. And here's a gift for you under your tree. No payments until January 2023. You can even qualify to be one of our lucky weekly winners in December. Visit the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank today or call 4561894. Promotion runs from the 17th of October until December 16th. The St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, the Penny Bank, and so much more. SVCDL terms and conditions apply.
Vitalize your game with Vitamalt. Uncap your Vitamalt. Look under the crown to win. Free Vitamalt. 4-packs, caps, t-shirts, mugs. Find VitaPlay. Let your journey begin for your chance to win one of 3 Sony PlayStation 5 by competing in our Vitalize Game Off. Simply place your VitaPlay crown and your contact information in a sealed envelope and submit to St. Vincent Brewery Limited in Camden Park. Vitalize naturally with Vitamalt and win. Free Vitamalt redeemable at outlets nationwide. All of the prizes must be collected at St. Vincent Brewery Limited offices in Camden Park. Vitamalt, vitalize naturally.
Here's a chance to win with your favorite credit union. It's the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited 45th Anniversary Theme Competition. All members of the credit union are invited to submit their themes for the credit union's 45th anniversary, which will be celebrated in 2023. All theme ideas should be submitted via email to marketing@tccusvg.com on or before November 30th, 2022. The member with the winning theme will receive a prize of $450. So put on the thinking cap, be creative, put pen to paper, and win. The SVG TCCU terms and conditions apply.
Higher education is the future. We open campus is in touch. Now more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD. Fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
Boom 1069.
Yeah.
She say I have everything right here.
1069.
She say, Coco wine does get she shortbread. Hey, it's a movie for real, you know. We're live, Boom 1069 FM. We've got Fonando, the man about town, doing his thing. Let me see if this is echoing up. Fonando, say something.
Hey, Mary, I'm here.
Boy. And you're in stereo too, you know. All right, do things. Okay. Are you hearing us? He might be delayed, you know.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
All right, good stuff. So take us through where you are. I know that for the folks that have been watching, we've been doing live coverage on the street with Fonando and the vendors that have been moved. Well, I've been instructed to move from in front of PH Vera, and they just went 5 meters forward. That's five meters across. So they're still technically in front, but what do you do? So where are you now, Fonando?
So I'm at the vegetable market in Kingston, just across from the police headquarters.
Right.
And
this is the facility.
One of the facilities. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Go
where
ahead.
vendors would be relocated.
Mm-hmm. But it looks
you know. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Nice. The breeze, the wind and so forth add to the coolness in the facility, which also the type of
so is a breezy area?
Any folks?
Yeah. Well, the windows, not the windows, I would say, but the
any folks said?
Yeah, it's any. Hold on, my Shady. You're breaking my thoughts. I'm just saying the areas that they have provided. It offers an environment that where the breeze can come to.
You're getting an echo?
Yeah, I'm getting an echo.
Hold on. I'll fix that for you right now. Okay, you're good now.
Yes, good.
All right.
So this is one of two facilities that would be open on Thursday. It looks very good. It looks very well established. They have you see chairs already in place.
Right.
They have lockers for storage facility. This is inside one of the storage units. So you can be here and sell your item. There's a walkway for persons to walk whenever they want to purchase items.
So
so it looks
does it look clean and organized?
Yeah.
Does it look like somewhere that you wouldn't mind walking in to go and buy some vegetables?
No, not at all. This is it looks good. It looks very good.
Now let's get to the point that they were making. Toilets, smell.
The facility is locked. The bathrooms appear to be locked.
No, sorry.
No. Okay. So we're inside the bathroom. We're inside the bathroom. So there is no pipe at the moment. There's no pipe.
Right.
No pipe. So you can see here a pipe head is here.
Right.
Okay.
It just open. You could just walk in it just so it does.
So this one thing report. Where's Michelle? Did you have this? Sorry, Michelle is just.
Michelle.
Well, I have to because she's going away. She's going away from the signal.
Right. Oh, right. She's
going away from the signal.
That's right.
The signal. Yeah. Yes, I was showing you in here. Looks good. But the pipe has to be fitted.
Oh gosh, technician.
I don't know how that's gonna be organized, but there. I don't know if they can. Yes, I don't know if they can do it by themselves. I'm just saying that that is something the person was speaking about.
No, yeah.
So
no, they did say that it wasn't finished. That's something that.
Right. Also,
Okay, so can we get a sense from someone in authority when this facility, by way of the running water, etc., would be
I think also the vendors were pointing out that economically it will have a dent on their earnings since Christmas is upon the corner, upon
it'll
us.
only have a dent on their earnings if people don't come there. But people
Yeah,
will
but
come there.
right. But I think in the sense of time and the interest of time, it probably because they're gonna have these issues that they have
What
to set up.
issues?
They
If
you
it's
know they
toilet,
have to.
if it's toilets, put 2 porta potties there or 3 porta potties there. If it's toilet,
Right, but I'm talking about just the movement itself. Just the
what
movement in
movement?
itself.
All they have to do is move the stuff.
No, that's not all they have to do. There are other things that they would have to do as well. And
Like what?
I'm just saying that I could understand the point that they're making that it's a Christmas and they would have some issues that might have an impact on the audience.
I don't see the issues there. They have a place that everybody's going to be central. They move their stuff there. They put up 4 or 5 porta potties so that there's toilet facilities there for the vendors, etc. And how is that a problem? Everybody goes there when they want their stuff. The only problem is that they wouldn't be able to have like a mall size table like they had before, where they have 15 tables with all kinds of wares.
Yeah. So if all these persons have not been notified, and they have to be notified, they have to find where they're going. I'm just saying all these logistic could affect their earnings, and it's a fact, and it's a fact. So you have to put yourself in their shoe. I'm not making excuse for anything. I'm just saying from a business standpoint, as the vendors would have pointed out, there would be some impact on their earnings. Also, they have a customer base that the customer already know where they are.
Oh gosh,
and I'm just saying
don't talk about that.
You're not looking from a perspective of a vendor, Mario. I'm not excusing anything. I'm just saying that I could understand where they're coming from with regards to the timing close to Christmas and everything, but it can be sorted if it is done in a proper way. But based on some of the comments that we are getting, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Somebody says, Fonando, show the porta potties, the 4 portable toilets which are already outside this facility.
The what?
4 toilets that are already outside the facility. Are there 4 porta potties already there? And if it have porta potties, then that solve the toilet issue. I mean, it's not the ideal situation, but there are portable toilets.
Somebody, yes. Okay, yes. So let me look first. Those are portable toilets, yeah? Okay, Mario, I think I found them. Yes.
You see what I mean? So there are toilets there. So there are portable toilets there. So the excuse...
there are portable toilets.
So the excuse that there are no toilet facilities there is null and void. It had things...
Mm-hmm. So the facility is nice.
There are accommodations for that. It's a clean, organized vending area. All they've got to do is say, listen, I'm not in front PH anymore. I'm down by the market. You've been buying from me for years. This is where you can find me. That's all.
Yeah.
And if everybody is in the area, it's not going to affect. It's not going to affect anybody's revenue.
Yeah. So Mario,
they get what they want.
Yes, yeah, Fonando, I'm listening.
Yeah, but I'm not as I said before, I'm not making an excuse. I'm just reporting what is being said, and with regards from some seeing things from their perspective.
Someone says Mario Christmas is 7 weeks away. It's probably going to take them 8 weeks to move their stuff. Use problems.
Yeah.
Someone else says no matter what time of the year they're asked to move, they will still complain.
Right. But they probably have a bit more leeway in terms of their justification than now, man.
No. How is that? You just giving people
Christmas economic development. Yeah. So the next thing they're also querying is, you know, selling, because persons are selling different products. Some persons are selling hat, perfume, cologne. Some are selling produce. You know, so I guess they're gonna start this out.
Well,
in the meantime,
if I put you in the vegetable market, can you sell me perfume?
Right. So I don't know if they will make provision for all these things. You know, you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is a factor. We wanna go across the tongue boat and hopefully get somebody, you know, somebody from the office to give us an update.
That'll be great.
You know,
we also have somebody saying, Fernando, when the central market was being built, vendors were temporarily removed and buyers found them. As long as you know who your vendors are, you will find them. Like Nella. Nella was my dogness from down in from by Massey. He had a big stall by Massey. Now he's by Indian Bay. Real people that still buy from Nella. You know what I'm saying? So Fernando, I'm not feeling that, you know. I'm not feeling that at all.
I think maybe you should take a break. You need to cool out.
I need to pull up.
Take a break. Somebody from Tongueboat in the meantime.
All right, sounds good. So we will take a break here on Boom 106.9 FM, the trending station. We've got Fonando live and direct from the Kingstown, from the market area, as we try to get somebody in from town board. All right, we'll take a short break. We will try to touch base with Dr. Richards. I know Dr. Richards likes us to touch on the issues that's happening, but we still want to get his commentary. All right, so keep it locked on. We come back in just a little bit. It's OMG in the morning, live from Kingstown.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company. At fintoserve.com.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Top up $15 or more. Activate the Choose 7 or 30-day combo plan. Pay up your bill. Bundle now and get a smartphone for only $49. Switch to Floyd. Bundle, yeah. Bundle, floor. Bundle, save. Tap up, yeah. Tap up, mad. Tap up. Look at the place covered. Browse all you want. Post all you want. Look at the place covered. Do what you want. Watch all you want.
Vitalize your game with Vitamals. Uncap your Vitamals. Look under the crown to win. Free Vitamals, 4-packs, caps, t-shirts, mugs. Find Vitaplay. Let your journey begin for your chance to win one of 3 Sony PlayStation 5 by competing in our Vitalize Game Off. Simply place your Vitaplay crown and your contact information in a sealed envelope and submit to St. Vincent Brewery Limited in Camden Park. Vitalize naturally with Vitamalt and win free Vitamalt redeemable at outlets nationwide. All other prizes must be collected at St. Vincent Brewery Limited offices in Camden Park. Vitamalt, Vitalize naturally.
Boom 1069.
It's Christmas time again, people. Come let us celebrate this birth. I love you, Christmas. Christmas is a very special time for me. Of Lord Jesus, I give eternally. He gave his life for us, and we must give praise to God. So now I'm celebrating, and I will sing out loud. I love me Christmas, I love it bad. This Christmas feeling just drive me mad. You can feel it, you friend, how happy they can be when they open their presents around the Christmas tree. I love me Christmas, I love it bad. This Christmas feeling just drive me mad. With people that go rotate and carols in the air. We wish you Merry Christmas and a season filled with joy. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, let us sing two lines to him that's joy. The pain that was employed, remember from the manger to the bit of cross. Never well insulting, for you can know the cause. I love me Christmas, I love it bad. This Christmas feeling, just drive me mad. You can feel it, when how happy they can be. They open their presents around the Christmas tree.
The evolution of radio. Boom 1069.
The trending station, Boom 1069. We've got Fonando roving. We've got Dr. Richards backstage, who should probably take his cue up so that we can get some responses and some visions from the doc. All right, let's see if we can do that right about now, my friend.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Boy. I'm getting some kind of double thing happening going here. Oh, you had an echo going on there. It looks like your echo is on there. Shady. There we go. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
Morning. Christmas in the air, boy. Mario, I see you. I see you. I just logged on. I logged on. I mean, I actually I was running around and getting X, Y, and Z in place, and so I had to shift gears, kind of on the run, drop what I was doing, and move over here so I could do this. And as soon as I got it all plugged up and everything, I was like, whoa, look at Mario, Christmas from, I tell you. That's good though. That's good. Morning, everybody. Morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, my people. Morning. It's just a great time of the year, you know. So, okay, where do we start this morning? I know I have my thing going with if I could change. By the way, not that I'm dogging Vinci and not that I'm saying we all that bad and everything, you know. But the whole precept for what I'm doing is that I told you James Collins' idea that you could go from good to great. So even if you're good, you could still tweak one or two things so that you can get great. So anybody out there listening to me over this past week or so, don't think that I'm dogging my people, all right? I am just saying. You can't just keep saying we are right. You can't keep saying that. You have to, what can I tweak? And if there were 7 things I could tweak, and to make us a better people, those are the things. Not that I'll be successful, but those are the things that I would tweak. So I've done 4, but we come to this juncture and I'm seeing, I can't ignore what I'm seeing before me. It's the first time I've seen that sidewalk there in front of the store.
Yeah.
So clear. Yeah.
But Doc, the sidewalk is clear, but but they just shifted the road.
Boy, well, that's a temporary thing. I don't think that you are supposed to have obstructions in the road like that. Also,
But Mario, just to come in a bit, you talk too quick. There's somebody who has moved over now to the no vendor inside. Yeah, see, so there are parcels going back there. I think the guy who was doing the security has gone. So apparently a young guy used the opportunity to go back there to sell his stuff again. So just continue. I just wanted to point out that, yeah.
Right.
You know, I have talked about vending to the chagrin of some people, but I've talked about vending time and again, and the world and country knows. No. They may have heard me, but they don't understand where I am positioned on the issue. So maybe if I say a few sentences on this thing this morning, it will probably bring a little bit more clarity. Vending is a problem. It's an issue. All right. And in the way it is currently constructed and carried out here in St. Vincent and Grenadines. The necessity of vending, again, we have to unpack this thing from so many different levels. Everybody knows that I have a more than fair amount of sympathy for vendors. Truly, I really do. And when I speak on the thing, sometimes I don't get to nuance everything that I want to say. So let me try this morning to pivot and take it out a little bit further from the core. There are 2 main parties here in this matter. For example, this morning at PH Vera, the matter of the vendors and the matter of the private owners. I heard Mr. Weeks, and he has a point. You have to admit the property there is the PH Vera property. They ought to have access, and the customers ought to have access to the store. They're paying their taxes. They're paying, all of the. I'm sure they're dotting all of the legal I's. I hope they're dotting all of the legal I's and crossing all of the legal T's in order to operate there. I'm not sure exactly how sidewalks work out here in St. Vincent. To be honest, somebody needs to give me a little bit of an idea if the sidewalk is managed by the town board and therefore public property. Because I've seen town board making issuing statements related to sidewalks. Sometimes you're trying to clarify whether the sidewalk is public property or the sidewalk is private property. And if it is private property, then of course, to Mr. Weeks' point, you have your leverage, and you have you know your rights. With respect to your property, this is my property. I can dictate and I can say what occurs on my property. So if the sidewalks, and forgive my ignorance, but if the sidewalks are within the purview of the PH Vera company to dictate how that is, who walks there and all of that, that's a different matter altogether. So if I am not a vendor, so if I am walking down that sidewalk one of these days and I'm in front of PH Vera's store and management comes out and say, get off my sidewalk, all right? Then I know that they have a right to ask me to leave their sidewalk. But I'm not so sure that they have that. I'm not sure what the arrangement is with respect to the sidewalk outside of your property in Kingston. So somebody who's in the know, Mr. Bergen, or somebody, oh gosh, enlighten my ignorance, please. That's one thing. If it is public property, that's another thing as to who can dictate who gets off that. So that mandate, if it is public property, that mandate ought not to come. You follow me, Mario? It ought not to come from PH Vera. What I'm hearing is that some people, not all of the vendors, but some people got a mandate. I'm not sure who issued the mandate, whether it was Town Board or it was PH Vera. So that would also give some clarity. Beyond this morning's issue, There are two things that I have tried to say, but not very clearly on the matter of vending, and maybe I have been partial on one side more so than the other. And the two things, one relates to the vendors, and one relates to those who are dealing with the vendors. I have found, by and large, that the way they are handled. I'm not sure. Okay, I have to kind of coin my words here. I am not sure that it is done with the fullest amount of compassion as it can be done with. That and I think this is something that the Bible talks about, how you enforce your right. You can dot your I's, you can cross the T's, but there is a time for a compassion beyond the legality of a thing, beyond your legal right. You can show a little bit of compassion. The state of the vendors and that they're in, I am not sure that they are vending out there. All of them are vending out there because this is the prime. Although it could be fun, I could take up vending for a day or two just to. I could do that. I could roll barrel for a day or two. You see occupations like that, boy. You get into the social life. You know that's an education right there. Okay, Mario.
I hear you.
But if you ask me if that's the ideal occupation that I would, get myself engaged in for my skill set, I probably would say, nah. As much as I will enjoy it, I probably, if I go out there, I'll be a top vendor, Mario. I don't play my trade. I gonna sell. I gonna get you buying oranges, Mario.
For one day.
I get it. Then why are they vending? I'm asking if they're mean income, monthly income. If they were pulling in a mean monthly income, not much. Let's say 3,000, 3,005 in a different occupation. Would they necessarily resort to vending? I don't know. Maybe some of them, because I think it's a fun occupation. I think it's full of life and vitality, and it's very colorful, and I think there's something to the vending, but I don't know that everyone. Maybe some would, but I don't think that everyone would probably say, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, if I could get a job for $4,000 a month, but now vending is the issue." So I think that one of the causal factors, if you don't mind me using the term, one of the causal factors in the growing number of vendors is an economic issue. A matter of means, and perhaps being forced by economic considerations. Notice I said perhaps being forced by economic considerations into a corner, so that vending is your easy outlet. At least you get $1, and some of those vendors make. That's why they have 2 and 3 and 4 cards around them, tables around them. I heard you, Mario. So finances may be one of the issues that you have to consider. Desperation is another issue, because when you have a family of 3 or 4 or 5, and you have children in there, and you have to be the sole provider, as in a matriarchal society, or matrifocal society, probably is a better term, in a matrifocal society where women have an undue amount of responsibility, then I can see women going out there, and predominantly the vendors around Kingston are women, in case you haven't noticed. I can see women out there out of the matter of care and desperation, and wanting to provide for their family, wanting to do this. So from those two viewpoints that I just shared with you, I have a measure of understanding as to why someone will, with all the treatment they're getting, they will want to go and vend and sell and ply their trade on the street. So I don't know, however, that in the narrative and in the approach of whether it is private or even government or quasi-government officials who deal with with this vending issue, I am not sure that it is done with a high level of compassion. It is more done from the point of enforcement. We are in the right, which I know you are in the right. Okay. By and large, vendors are not dotting all of the legal I's and crossing all of the legal T's. So if you want to squeeze on them, you have all of the legal powerhouse and the legal leverage, the legal hammer to put a squeeze on them.
Mm-hmm.
I have been saying over and over again that maybe considering certain things about the dynamics of the vendors, their personal life, their situation, maybe a more compassionate approach. A more compassionate approach.
Mario, let me, Pastor, sorry, let me come in a bit. I'm just showing the viewers images. I think this might be the last set of images that we are seeing of the PH Variant Company Limited sign in front of the supermarket. They're now in the process of taking down that sign, and it should be replaced with another sign. So after 80 years of operation, as was announced, that PH Variant Company would be closing their business. So we are looking at images here now of the sign that has been there for years being removed.
Yeah. Thanks, Fernando. Thanks for the commentary there. Sorry, Doc, go ahead if you can finish
That's
your
fine.
thought.
That's fine. The viewers would want to see that and understand that.
Yeah.
So So the first point that I'm making here with respect to this complex situation, it cannot be handled void of compassion. I really and I implore all, not that you go wink at what is wrong and all of that, but you there's a little bit more empathy and feeling with respect to the vendors. They're in the wrong, and I have said on this program on the matter of vending before, desperation really doesn't know decorum. And by the way, as a counselor, that applies to a lot of in some of my counseling scenario. When people are desperate, they don't dot I's, they don't cross T's, and they don't check the necessary boxes. When people are settled and comfortable, they begin to do that. There's a way people behave and act and operate when they are really desperate. That does not necessarily comply with the law, and so a measure of compassion and understanding. Not that you want to condone what is wrong, but you want to approach it compassionately. And I'm not sure how to thread that needle as yet. But every time I've spoken on vending, I think I have inserted that there needs to be a measure of compassion. Let me show you how that looks in terms of how you coin the language, and I've heard somebody say, "Let's clean them up off the street." And to me, that is void of compassion when you speak like that, because it treats them as a problem, as an eyesore, as something as just absolutely undesirable, like garbage to be cleaned up. So I have you listen to me as I speak. I try to don't approach it with that. Don't try to understand where the vendors are, their situation, and be compassionate with them as you move towards a solution. Because leaving them there is obviously not the long-term solution. So there ought to be a way which you configure, coming out of their needs, their desperation, and all of that, how you could put them to the place where they want to be, not physically, but in the place where they don't have to be jamming up the streets of Kingston in the manner that is happening, in the view of some. And, we can get a win-win out of that. Compassion. I could unpack that some more, but I won't. The other angle, I said, by the way, that is speaking now to whether it's the private owners or it is to the government official or quasi-government people, that this is the approach to take, a compassionate approach rather than an adversarial or antagonistic approach. I think that would bring better dialogue and maybe a better outcome. The second thing that I want to say, in addition to compassion, and maybe this is the part that I have not really voiced as loudly in my previous discourse on this matter, the matter of compliance, because both things are needed in this situation. You need compassion, but you also need compliance. And maybe this is my opportunity to say, with a little bit of a louder voice, that compliance is part of the equilibrium of a well-functioning society. The absence of compliance is anarchy. You understand me? Everybody doing what they want, they ignore. And I can't have a society like that. You can't have a society where, and I've heard from some of the vendors also equally on their side, while I'm calling for compliance on the side of the private owners and government and all of that, the attitude too of the vendors need to be adjusted, as if we have a right. You can't move me here. Mario showed a picture where you move back on there. You're like, and you dare people to that kind of thing is going overboard also. And again, once there's a slippery slope argument. Once we check off and say it is okay for vendors to be lacking in compliance with things for an orderly society, we are basically checking off and saying other things and other people have the right to be non-compliant, whether it calls for driving up the road a particular way or how to do funerals, all kind of stuff. The checks and balances that we have to make sure that we have an orderly society. I can't condone this level of non-compliance. And so if I were a vendor, as much as I am desperate and as much as my situation drives me, my economic situation drives me to want to find a way, an honest way to eke out a living, there has to be some measure of give on my point where I am not flying in the face of the owner, flying in the face of rules and regulations and all of that, and seeing how I could at least be marginally, if not more, compliant in the particular situation. It's not easy because often compliance means losses. Compliance means a change of status, and compliance would mean a setback. But on the other hand, compassion means the same thing. And therefore, somewhere in betwixt and between compassion and compliance, we ought to find a solution. Mario, my time is gone. I just scratched the surface, but I think I may have made it a little bit clearer how I would like to see this approach. Definitely not anarchy. Definitely not compliance. Definitely not flouting everything that the government says. But on the same hand, what really, and maybe it's because of the tenderness of my heart, I just wish that we don't treat the vendors and handle them and refer to them in such a manner, but that we respect them. I like what Mr. Weeks said this morning about, he was actually talking about elderly people and where he was going with that. But you see the level of respect we have, or we ought to have, for all of Vincentian, regardless of their class, their color, their condition, their mental abilities and their physical abilities and all of that. We need to respect one another. And I don't like when people in their jacket and tie and all of that, and they're selling in a store or they're running a business, you have high respect for them. But when they go outside and set up a card, we think that they're lesser Vincentians. I don't like that. Let us not speak of the vendors as if they're trash.
Right.
Let's not speak of them in a particular manner. In this very difficult discourse about vending, let us up the game and push for a more compassionate approach, and also to educate and to teach the vendors from the perspective of, oh gosh, compliance would get you further. Compliance will open a door for you that maybe your arrogance and your posturing might otherwise see closed. Mario, again, like I said, I scratched the surface on this because time doesn't allow me to really dig deep on it. All right.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for your contributions today. As always, putting a nice bow on it and enlightening us. You know, compassion also means compromise.
Yeah, compromise on both parts actually, and that's compromise to come towards a middle ground on this matter, that the vendors have a point and an argument, but the owners, the private owners and the government and the other officials that want to see some order and structure in Kingstown, they have a valid point and an argument. Where can we meet in the middle? All right,
my friend, thank you so much. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Hey, don't forget we're live in Kingston right about now. Jill will probably jump in and continue our live coverage. We got Fonando in the house. He is down. Well, not down. Up. Is that up? Is that up? Fonando, unmute your mic, buddy. You're there, looking like fancy man, Fonando. Flamingo.
Hey, you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Yes, man. Yes, you're here now. Like you were showing us earlier, we saw the sun coming down from PH Vera, the end of an era, the end of an establishment.
Yes, after 8 years in operation.
All right, go ahead, buddy. Tell us.
We just did a sign up there that uses the PH Vera Company Limited. That has been removed. And I believe that it was replaced. We are getting information that the new operation will be run by a Vincentian businessman and his wife. I don't want to mention any name at the moment.
Fernando, you're breaking up a bit. You may be a bit too far from your microphone.
Yes. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah. So you're saying that that the new business might be Vincentian.
Yes,
Okay.
Vincentian and his wife. We are told would be operating the business, a businessman. So we can give an update on that a bit later. But with regards to tongue board, because I saw someone was asking about the Kingston tongue board and their response.
Yes.
So you're hearing me clearly?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So as the vendor would have indicated that we would be told that the Wardner is not in. So we were told that the Wardner is not in. I think also the deputy is out, and the chief clerk. The chief clerk is not advised or not permitted to speak to the media. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
so we didn't get anything.
So there are no prepared statements yet. Did they give an indication of when we can come back to get a statement or when one would be provided?
Well, I guess we would have to do some following up. But at this moment, we are told that the Wardner is not in, and the vendor would have told us that we would be told that. So
that's what the vendor said we were told.
Yes. So there are a lot of movements happening inside of the PHB building. Seems like the new managers are around and they're trying to put things in order. I don't know to the extent if it's the entire building that they would be operating or if it is just this area, but maybe we can get some more information as the day progresses.
That's
okay.
Right. Yeah. If we can get some clips, some little interview clips, we're going to try to get so that we can have at least for the broadcast tomorrow, either from town board or from the persons that are occupying the space now, the brand new owners.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Fernando, my man on the street. Is there anybody else that want to interview before we go?
No, he's a vendor wrong tongue. He just engaging me. Well, he's a vendor. I don't think tongue board or the authorities can stop him because he is moving. You see what he's moving?
I'm mobile.
He's mobile. So you're not going in the market.
I keep moving around, market in and out all areas. I'm all around.
So you hear that? You have different type of vendors.
Different type of hustlers.
Watch yourself.
On that.
Respect.
It's not how you do it.
Yeah.
It's when.
It's not how you do it, it's when.
It's when.
And you're the baddest salesman around town.
Right now, they saying right now, I'm the top salesman right now. I'm certified.
Who tell you that?
They say I'm certified.
They say you're certified?
Yes, they're certified.
So when they say you're the top of the line, I'm saying.
Top of the line salesman right now.
And how person's gonna get in touch with you now?
Well, they could always they could have my number, they could call 5G06. That's my phone number.
Yeah, we have a small business package, we can offer.
The man is saying you gotta pay for the ad. The host is saying you gotta pay for the ad.
No problem, sir. Have a good day.
You got money.
You know, always keep moving.
All right,
well, mobile guy.
All right. So Mario, I am glad that this vendor came and he would have given you a different perspective of defending situation in Kingston.
Yeah.
So you have mobile and you have immobile.
Yes. Well, we need to follow up with our town board. I know that we heard an answer that somebody said the town board would give us, but we're gonna go that. Someone says I'm left to wonder under the previous owners / management if these measures weren't taken.
Yeah, well, if they were taken, they weren't implemented, I guess.
Yeah, they weren't enforced at all. And we see vendors going back to the spot. You said, right? Is that
yes? Let me just go back here. Remember, you're not supposed to be selling in this vicinity.
Yes. Yeah.
Most vendors have gone to this side, and that is something that has to be regulated. And then there is a vendor on this side.
That's it.
As you can see, he has put his stuff there, so he's back there.
You wanna ask him?
Rastaman seems upset. They see the Rastaman is saying he should not be. So the Rastaman is concerned. You want to say something? Because it plays the guys for the
Fonando Tish. That's what it said.
What you say?
Oh God,
Hey,
somebody say Rastaman Tish. I don't
it's not
understand.
me. He's not talking about me. He's talking about the Rastaman.
The one that went
Huh?
and put his stuff back.
No, there's a Rastaman who was complaining about the guy selling in the area now. So somebody said that he's doing it.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Well,
Not the Rastaman. You can't this Fonando sheets, boy. How you got this Fonando sheets? Don't do that.
If somebody is going back there, right? Then
So as you say, somebody has gone back. That's just one person. So I guess he's making it bad for the other.
Well, is that going to be now? Will that now be clear permission for those that say, well, if one could do it, I could do it too?
Well,
this
is the complexity. That is the complexity of the situation, my friend.
The situation shouldn't be complex. You have a place to go. There shouldn't be any complexity.
Well, I guess it's easier said than done.
No. Everywhere else it's done.
But it is what do you say?
Let the vegetable vendors occupy the vegetable market in the market square. Then the clothes and other commodities / accessories should go up in a mall setting. That sound good to me. Someone else says clean up Shantytown, Kingstown. Unemployment and extreme poverty in SVG is the fuel to the vending situation.
So Mario, I think we are out of time.
Look at things. It's a mall. Look at goods.
Yes. So you see, person's livelihood depends on that.
Case there.
So So you have to, but is that But for those viewers, those persons who listening on Boom, those who view, who will be viewing also on IKTV, just want to shout them out, and for all those who tune in today.
All right, Fernando, thank you so much for your report.
A young lady touching me up in the tongue like I is a mango boy. Feeling me up like I is a mango in the city, boy.
Is your child mother? On that note, we'll go from there.
Yes.
Fernando, thank you very much. Say hi to the vendors, and we'll keep the story going and touch base with the town board as the day progresses. All right.
That's it. But in terms of town board, no word from them. As you tell me, I think it was you who told me she is the one who told me that they would say that the warden is not in, and I won't get any comments. So she was right. Okay, Mario.
I gone.
All right, Mario.
Things don't look like Haiti, yes? Wow. All right, we out of here like last year. All right, guys. We see you same time, same station tomorrow. Thank you so much for keeping it locked on to Boom 106.9 on behalf of DJ Shady. Shady, say something?
Au revoir.
We out of here. See you tomorrow. Jill is up next. It's the Shade Room as we proceed here on Boom 106.9 FM. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day.
We are the trending station. We